Welcome back to episode 298 or something like that of Phandelver and Below the Shattered Obelisk. This is Nat One Nights here. We got Sam, we got Eric, we got Ben, and we got Brandon. And to kick her right off, last time we left off, our band of 4 adventurers left off from Phandalin itself, heading along the Tribor Trail again, kind of more towards the continuing more towards the northeast this time. They're Neverwinter Wood on their left, and kind of the rolling hills getting in towards and closer to Wyvern Tor off to their right. On would you have 2 horses?
Yep.
Two
I
horses.
thought we had
Did
4
we,
horses.
Mr. DM, sir?
Yeah, I thought we had 20.
We had two wagons, actually.
And 1 wagon. Our 4 adventurers traveled along this trail and quickly, well, not very quickly, but upon nightfall, encountered some trouble. As they were heading off in through these old ruins that stretched overhead in the moonlight, as a key was helming the cart or the wagon, taking the reins of the horses, with the other 3 adventurers sleeping in the back. Out onto the trail behind you, ran out in Owlbear, quickly gaining on you and taking a bite out of the back of the wagon. It was like running straight towards you guys, but quickly a key woke everybody up, and you dealt with it. Now, you didn't slay the beast, but it did run away, and you did a lot of damage in a very short time. But after that, with some short rests or a little bit of long rests in there sprinkled in, the morning came as you slowly started creeping your way through the trail that kind of twisted and turned through these crags, just entering the crags of not quite Wyvern Tor, but that kind of geological environment to the northeast. Now, a key flying over top of the wagon, trying to get a bird's eye view, no pun intended. He spotted an ambush waiting for you. A group of hobgoblins, 4 hobgoblins, that were up on top to the left and the right of the trail, up upon ledges. And before they were able to string the trap by you just walking or guiding the horse and the wagon into their trap. You guys set up an ambush for their ambush. A key on top of the crag, taking a sniper shot to open it up as all 3 of you ran around the corner. A fight ensued, where at the end was left with 1 hobgoblin trying to run away, but Tyrion did not let that happen. But after dealing with those and getting 4 full plates of 4 full plates of plate mail and throwing them in the back of the wagon, you picked up again, and in the morning are now trying to complete this last stretch towards the abandoned town of Coneyberry. You can see it's a little bit misty over the trees to your left, almost like it slowly just wafts over these tall Neverwinter Wood trees before it kind of dies out before it reaches the ground. The sun rising, it gives like a little hazy effect. Off to your right, you can see in the distance just the tips of the Sword Mountains, miles and miles beyond these crags and sandy, rocky hills to your right. And a little bit of tips here and there, you can see through little glimpses. You can see just the tips of Wyvern Tor. Now, you guys are in the wagon. Coneyberry isn't in sight quite yet, but you get the sense that you'll reach there maybe in an hour, just under 2 hours. You can hear the horses. Who is taking the helm?
Do you just is the world map in the thing?
Flying. So, not
And did we see
You want
this
to
letter?
keep flying?
Wait,
we
what?
we
We're
also
back
have.
on the
Keep
card?
flying,
We
but
might
then
want to talk about how we have a wanted sign for Torg. That's 25 gold.
We'll figure it out later. We'll find him.
I think we must.
I'm not threatened by it. What was the reward on it?
25 gold seems like a bit much if you ask me.
Yeah, it seems kind of small, in my opinion. I'm not worried.
Well, I suppose we want to keep on moving forward. I can take the reins for a bit if you guys want.
Yeah, you look
Yeah,
at the bottom of this wanted poster, and you can see a symbol of a black spider, which, if you recall, is the same symbol that you
I
saw
have
on the
one of those.
letter, underneath the I forgot the Transcendar Manor on the desk.
Oh, yeah.
Looking like we're gonna find this spider and possibly the higher up this mage. We better be ready for a battle with him. But as for now, where are we going again today? So on the map we left Phandelver and we're going northeast.
Yeah,
Correct?
I believe so.
we are going to Coneyberry, I believe.
I feel like I
Where-
just don't have the updated
That
map.
way-
I don't see any of this shit.
Well, it's not on the map.
It
Okay.
says
That's
mine
part of
says
the
wait
culture.
for DM to start the session. I don't.
Oh, the
Can't
map
see
in
the map.
Discord
Oh.
There's a map
that was posted
Oh.
like day one.
Yeah,
Oh.
I just went back to that. Because we don't know exactly where Coneyberry is, but where did we hear it was around again? I'm
Wait,
sorry.
aren't we already up by the crags?
No, the crags are also down by the Sword Mountains.
Oh, I see
Yeah,
that. I
so
see
we're
that.
They were on that
we're
trail.
going through the forest and next to the crags by Sword Mountain, and we are very close to Coneyberry, and that's where we're heading because I can't remember why.
Is this a Key talking or Sam? Both.
Both.
So
I don't even
the
see-
Tribor Trail that you have been traveling on, it's like it goes in between Neverwinter Wood, those trees, and then those brown hills on the bottom right. It goes
Which
right
is
in
also
between
called
those,
the Crags.
and it goes like diagonally northeast, all the way up. Coneyberry is still in that green, right where the trees start to curve off more north.
Mm.
And it's right in between them, maybe 3 little hexes from the right.
But we just keep on going on this Tribor Trail. Aki, you sure you don't need to rest? You're looking a little tired up there.
Yeah, you did look pretty tired before.
Yeah, I am quite exhausted. And I'll pull out my flashstick and
Well, I suppose I can take the reins. You want to keep a lookout if you're going to drink and drive anyways? And we'll just keep on moving, huh?
sounds like a good plan to me, I suppose.
I'll
I
take
do
the
have
reins.
exhaustion. I do need to solve that sooner or later.
You all notice that Tyrion's voice is a little deeper this morning.
I don't know what I drank or happened, but I'm feeling a little under the weather today, I will say.
Well, who knows? Maybe you just didn't drink enough.
You know, may have been the problem.
I think Mina would like that voice.
Damn. I'm gonna have to go talk to Mina later when we get back. See if she got those flowers I sent.
But no, Tyrion taking the reins. You just keep on driving the cart. You holding the reins of the horses, this leather strap. At times they kind of go over a little bump here and there as it gets a little bit more hilly and less traveled on the road. The more northeast you travel, but all you 3 in the back, if you try and go take a swig from time to time, a key almost you hit a bump and it kind of you drop a little. Oh, as it kind of drips down your feathers. But eventually, ahead of you, you can see a town. You can see very small buildings. You can see maybe a mile ahead of you, like in between this little opening where the trees kind of stretch over the top and almost seem to hang and loom over, and these small hills on the right, but as they increasingly get more worse the farther south or southeast that you look, this little town seems to be nestled right in between. And as you approach, it looks like you guys should give me a perception check.
Oh shit! That's gonna be a 4 for me.
10.
Yeah, I got a big old jug of apple juice, and this shit tastes like plastic.
Did you shake it?
No.
Shake it.
16.
Just got a gallon of apple juice.
And I'm sorry if I missed it, but I honestly still kind of forget. What are we doing in Conaver? Because aren't there like 3 things we're trying to do on this
Yeah,
trip?
that's what I mean. I know we're heading this
yeah.
this way, but I can't remember one of the reasons why we're going here exactly.
Because
Talk it
from what
out.
I remember is we wanted to seek a banshee over towards Conanberry. There's a something banshee. That's a sister in town who told us to do that. There, Darren Eldermath from the orchard told us of magical boots if we seeked out an old well. The thunder tree destroyed by Mount Hout, very far north. We're not doing that one. And then orcs, ogres, goblins over at the Wyvern Tor northeast of the crags.
Yes.
So
I think we're trying to talk to somebody that knows a little something that might know somebody else that knows something about his uncle and stepson's something about Craigmar's castle.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going towards.
Wait,
We don't know where it is, but we're trying to end goal long term figure
There's
out.
also, I know when we're in Conaberry, there's that banshee somewhere near here. Maybe we can ask around town about that.
Yes,
I got a
what you're
16.
talking
What do we
about, Eric,
do?
was a druid, and you were told that they reside in the ruins of Thunder Tree. So that's that town that's way north, kind of by Neverwinter.
The town is called Ruins of Thunder Tree.
Well, it's Thunder Tree, but it is just a
Yep,
ruins of
yeah.
a town now.
Yep. Okay.
But yes, long goal. You did want to speak to them to try and find the location of Cragmaw Castle, because apparently that is where you heard Gundren might have been taken.
Yeah.
But you don't know where that is. But what did everybody roll?
16.
6.
10.
4.
All right. Remy, as you approach, everybody's looking ahead towards this town. You notice that there is no motion. Almost all of these buildings, one or if not 3 of the walls or all are gone. It is just shambles of what used to be a town years ago. A lot of the undergrowth has stretched up and like started engulfing these buildings. You're almost surprised how that some of the roofs are even still intact. But as you approach, the horses seem a little spooked. But you see them. It's just a road that leads right through the middle. It seems almost like a 4-way intersection, but the all of the roads seem to go down almost just like walking trails. And as you come into the little town here, you almost take a second and stop in the middle, and all of the trails, the grass seems to be growing up, and it has now died. So it's almost like a yellow grass where you can see just hints of green below that, where new grass has started to sprout up. But looking around at these buildings, there is nothing left in them. The roofs themselves, a lot of the wood or shingles have fallen through onto the ground, and these aren't even habitable buildings anymore. There's maybe half a dozen. But you do see a sign. You can see a wooden post that goes up, and stereotypical pieces of wood carved in almost shapes of arrows, and etched into those One of them, you can see it almost points towards the sky. You can see it says the lair. Looking at another one, you can see it points to the right, and it says Wyvern Tor. And then the final one points to the right, and it says Old Owl Well.
Hold on, I'm taking notes. So 1 point's up, 2 point right.
Correct. Though, so the
Yep.
first one at the top, it almost points like towards the sky, but it's like looking slightly left.
Does it like look like it could have been like the nails loose and it's not actually meant to be pointing there? Or is it pretty determined that whoever hammered that thing in there is meant to point it that way?
If you want to give a little closer look, give me an investigation check.
Okay, sorry, I got a nosebleed. Can you repeat which way the signs are?
8.
2 right,
I can
8.
tell you,
one,
Ben.
like forward, basically.
Just give me a sec.
Looking closer towards this top one that says the lair. You walk up. It's pretty high up. You almost have to look around for maybe a what used to be a crate, or use something to step up on top of. But you step there, you reach up, you're on your tippy toes, you grab it, you kind of move it so it points left, so it can read straight across, and it kind of gets into a little notch there. You feel like that's where it should be. And looking at the post itself, you can see where that is, where it's kind of like when it was nailed in, the pressure of it kind of pressed into the post, and you got it in the right spot. And doing so, you notice that it points straight left, not farther ahead down the trail, but to the left. And you look over there, and the trail goes not even 300 feet before it just descends into darkness underneath the woods of Thundertree. Or, sorry, the woods of Neverwinter. Neverwinter Wood.
And that's the lair.
Yeah. Yeah, so Ben, the layer is pointing left, Wyvern Tor is pointing right, and Old Owl Well is pointing right. Well, I know 2 of these signs are pointed in the directions we may want to be headed on this journey. This one labeled the layer, however, I might be a little slow for being half-orc, but I don't recall anything of our current goals being potentially pointed at something called the lair. It doesn't look to go anywhere except the woods, but I guess I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts on this? This town seems pretty ran down. We don't see anybody here, correct? It's just like abandoned.
Correct. You see no movement. Any of you
Yeah,
that have been
yeah.
almost a little eerie, as you know, you take notice of the horses being kind of unsettled, looking. You keep an eye out, and you don't see anything. But Remy, with you investigating the post, you also notice that the one that says the lair, where it is old and there isn't really much paint left, it's chipped off. There is remnants of paint, so it looks like that one at least is newer than the other 2.
Okay. I'm not
Oh.
sure who put these signs here, but this one looks like it could have been fondled with. Not sure if it's pointing to a trap or what type of civilization or gang may have placed this sign here, but that's up to you guys to decide. I think we've got 3 pretty not easy decisions, but we've got a decision with 3 potential options to take. 2 of them keep us on the right path, theoretically. 1, I guess that's a gamble.
I say we go to the 2 on the right, and then on our way back down to Phandelver, we investigate the lair. Because I don't recall it as well.
I personally wouldn't think there's anything good to come of a place called the Lair. So,
It sounds
What
like
if-
a good fight and loot, wouldn't you say?
What if throwing a home run pitch here, but lair, castle, waffle pancake?
Might be a stretch on that one. I don't see a castle being in the woods here, but I could be wrong on that one.
You think
How tall are the
Glassstaff could have
trees?
ran
They're
there?
pretty big, right?
Pretty mountainous as well.
The trees?
Yep.
Yeah, they're pretty big, and it kind of surprises you too because normally on the outskirts of the woods it kind of dies out. And, it takes a little bit to get to the thicker part, but just right off the gate, you see very large trees.
And I see like a pretty distinct. You said the path itself ran out, but is there like a trail that still continues into the trees, or is it just dense woods?
Curious enough, looking left and right, like it's a four-way intersection, and the way you
Yep.
came in, your wagon and horses can only fit if you went straight. Looking at the trail that goes left and the trail that goes right into these hills, neither way looks like you would be able to contain your cart and your horses. Maybe a horse
so-
if you took them off, but
So there's woods or mountainous, because didn't you say that once I fixed the sign so it points to what we think is where it should have been, and you said it went down one of those walking paths that are overgrown, and then it comes to a dense woods, correct?
correct. So the
So there's
lair,
a
it points
trail that
left.
goes
It's the
into the
only one that
woods.
points
Yep.
left. And
Yep.
as you look over towards the woods, the trail just goes right up to these trees, and you can see it's just darkness beyond, like immediately, because the canopy and the tops of the trees just cast that much of a shadow. But it goes right in between two trunks of trees that are maybe 3 feet apart.
Can I walk over there and see 60 feet with dark vision if I can tell if there's a pretty clear trail path deeper into the woods?
Absolutely. Give me a perception check.
20, not natural.
Okay. Yeah, you walk up, approaching these woods. You almost hear it as you approach. This just slow creaking, and almost like just a soft, very, very soft wind that almost just seems to be coming from like in the woods itself. And as you approach, they almost seem to just lean over you as you look up, just looming over you. But looking down and in, your eyes start to adjust, and with your dark vision, it kind of gives you the silhouettes of what you can make out are the trees themselves in the darkness. But as you approach, your feet come up just to the woods, and the grass and all the dead grass stops, and it's just brown twigs and dirt. But standing right there in between these two trees, you kind of lean against them and peer in to the darkness, and you see an almost empty woods from where you are there. Your dark vision, it's not terribly dark once you get up closer to the point where it's just, pitch black, like you're in a cave and your dark vision takes over. But looking in, you can see not even a hint of sunlight coming in through the top as like a ray that reaches the ground, and you just see a dense thicket of woods that just expands on. There's almost not a light fog, but at times here and there you swear you can just see swirling shapes that seem to drift slowly between the trunks. And the trail itself seems like it disappears.
Would you describe these drifting shapes as like leaves or bushes or just
No,
debris?
almost more of like a fog
Okay.
or a dewy haze.
I don't know, guys. I'm gonna walk back, obviously, and doesn't look like much over there, but it looks like to a half-orc fighter like me, it looks like a very tasty piece of candy to walk in there. But I'll leave it up to you guys. There isn't much going on. It's just a dark, eerie, no sunlight. Path seems to fade away. It'd be Could be traps. Could be something good. It could be something bad. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this to the smarter people in the group.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound terrifying or anything. And I'll, like, look away. I say we go right.
Yeah, being the way I'm feeling today, might not be the day to go through those woods. We could always hit it in the way back, like Torg said.
Yeah, I'm still sticking to the original plan.
Before that's we'll head right, but before we leave, give me a minute. I'm gonna walk over there again, Shade. And I don't know if I'm trying to like describe this in a way that would make sense and actually work. But can I like either put like a little pile of grass or some leaves that like isn't obvious to notice, but like if someone were to like walk over it or come through there, we would know. Almost like putting like flour on the floor for footsteps to catch a ghost. So on our way back, I can tell if anybody used it.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me
I like this.
a
like a
sleight of
survival.
hand. Survival check. Give me a survival check.
Okay.
Did he say what he was doing to us at all, or is he just over there?
Yeah, I just said I was gonna be right back.
Well, I don't know.
14.
14. You gather some like twigs, a couple like grass and things of the sort, and looking down at the soil of like the trees and
Do I
where
see
it
what
is.
he's doing?
Yeah.
Can I assist him? Because I see that he's trying to do something. I'm in touch more with nature.
Sure. So you can roll, or Eric, you can roll with advantage. So he would roll his second roll for advantage, or you would roll to help him.
Up to you, Eric. I can roll if you want, or you can roll twice.
Yeah, you can give it a shot. I mean, 14. Do we take the higher one?
Yeah.
I feel like 14's not terrible.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yes, you take the higher.
Oh, I've seen
I
this
got
man
14.
roll.
Oh, nice.
you can give it a shot, Ben.
Let's see.
I got 14 too.
Okay.
Another
Meant to be.
14. Tyrion, you approach him to help, kind of gathering and looking at the undergrowth of the forest itself. You kind of try and match that, where it almost crosses into the plainsy area. What small area that is, but you can get a couple twigs covered with a little grass, some green, some dead, and a little bit of soil sprinkled over top, and you feel confident that within at least in between these two trees here, if someone were to walk over it, you would see it get disturbed and a couple of the twigs break.
Perfect.
Well, I suppose might as well get back on the wagon and head to the right, huh? Sounds like there's a well. I don't know if that well has to do with the boots that you guys were talking about with Darren or anything like that, or if it could be something with the Banshee. I know there's a Banshee around Conaberry, but I can't seem to remember where. Then I suppose we can head on out further off that and go to Wyvern Tor and wreak some havoc, see what we can find out there.
What do you say we what do we do about the horses and the wagon?
So basically, Shade, on this map here, we're on the Tribord Trail, and we can go left into the woods or right into the crags.
Correct.
The
Are
trail's
the
big enough on
crags,
the right.
even the crags, there's no horse path.
You might be able to skirt the horses and the wagon out of town, wrap around the right, and then kind of find a indirect way to get them into the crags. But just looking at it from where you are right now, you get the sense that it might be very difficult very quickly to get a wagon
Well,
up
let's
in there.
just say, as a natural explorer, though, my party's means of travel can't be slowed unless for magical means.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
let's just say,
But it
You
doesn't
know.
matter if the horse
Let's,
is through.
Let's hide the horses in the wagon.
Knowing that, Aki, you feel pretty confident that if you flew up, kind of akin to what you did earlier, you might be able to scout a path for them to lead the horses in the wagon, if not half the distance or as close as you can into these rolling hills.
Well, I suppose I could fly up and maybe see if there's a pathway we could take the horses and the carriage through, if you'd be interested. Otherwise, I'm totally fine with ditching them and hiking it from here.
Do we see any good places we can let them off at?
Yeah,
is there
you
good
see a
like
couple good
old
spots.
barn or some shit? Yeah.
Well, it's up to y'all. What do you feel, Aki? I know the mountains is more your territory.
Well, I'll sit there and I'll smile and I'll take out one of my pieces. I'll say, how about we just flip a coin for it? Either we leave them or we take them.
I like this.
I'm
Since it
feeling
seems
today-
everybody's so indecisive.
How I'm feeling today, that sounds all right to me.
All right. What do they say? Heads or tails? What do you pick?
Heads, leave them here. Tails, bring them with.
All right, how do I roll this? Just
1 through 10, bring them with. Leave them here. 11 through 20, bring them with. Bring them with. Kia, why don't you fly on up there, find us a good pathway through? This kind of makes me happy. I'm more than happy you sitting down a little longer today. I'm sure you guys can tell, something's got me a little under the weather today.
yeah, and I wouldn't mind eventually getting a nap myself. And you can see like bags under my eyes. I'm slightly buzzed, but I am exhausted right now. So I'll let off, like,
can
a
I just
hat.
walk in front and kind of lead, and then Sam or Key can like take a nap?
Well, I'll look.
Like
at,
he
I'm
scouts
gonna
like the
go out
trail
there
and
look
then
up first to
yeah.
see where we should head down, and then I'll. Yeah,
Sure,
and then I'll come back down and.
You fly up. Go ahead and give me a perception check at advantage.
Wow.
Roll 2 ones. I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Wrong one. Which one was it again?
Perception.
If you right click, you can make it with advantage.
Natural 20. It's a 21.
Okay.
Yeah, flying up, Aki takes flight. Looking up, the sun now just creeping just over Neverwinter Wood, and it gives a nice golden glow over the landscape where you are. You can see a key just disappear into the blue just sea of sky above you. But you stretch out your wings and start to almost glide, a key kind of going more towards these rolling hills, and you can get a great view of the Sword Mountains far to your south. Huge mountains. At the tips you can see just white that pierces the blue, and these huge just almost sharp like structures in the distance that almost just give off a slight silhouette. But as you kind of fly, you're trying to see a trail or a path or a way that you could take your 2 horses and the wagon farther in towards what you think is Old Owl Well or Wyvern Tor. And on a natural 20, you see a structure. If not 20 miles south, kind of southeast, just ever so slightly on a very small hill nestled in between others. You can see just a little faint bit of a tower. You can't make out the details from this far away, but with your Aarakocra eyes, you can see gray stone that seems to stick out in between the amongst the brown. But looking down, you do see a path. It's a little weird, and it might be difficult to explain to your companions if Tori's going to lead the way, but you do see a path that wraps around in between this crag to the left, straight forward. It seems to almost go under one that seems to be lurched over, touching the ground, so it's almost like a tunnel before it wraps almost 180 degrees backwards around another one and just continues like that for a good 20 miles.
writing this down here to like the huge mountains farther south. I was like huge, because you're like these huge stretch. So I have it written down like 5 times. Oh, sorry. All right. Well, then I'll. After seeing all that, so
I like to picture this dude flying in the air because he still has arms. His arms aren't his wings, so he has like a
He's
notepad out. And he's
pondering.
like trying to write it down.
all right. Well, after that, I will descend back down to the group, and I will mention the huge sharp-like structures and mountains off in the distance. But then, well, I did see a path to bring the cart through, but I will have to say I did see a random structure about 20 miles south of here that has a, well, best way I could describe it is a very sketchy path to get to this house. And house in a, is it a tower or a house or like a building?
It looked like it was completely made out of gray stone.
Yeah, so gray stone of like house slash.
Can I insight check a key? Not that he's lying to me. I just want to try to guess if he is drunk, tired, or there's a chance he actually saw what he's saying.
True.
Because I don't think 20 miles, I'm not sure if I'm buying it. I'm not saying he's lying. I just want to see if I can tell if I think he has
Yeah.
the capabilities.
Give me an insight check.
13.
He seems to be telling the truth.
All right. Well, going, this tower might be a good place we want to go. I hate to say, but a structure like that, bound to be some reckonings there that we could get up to something.
Well, again, I would just like to reiterate, though, and I'll look at the ground. It is definitely not a straight path to this.
Is it something we can take just the horses and not the wagons, or is this something we're going on foot?
You asking me?
Do we
I guess
need the wagons?
we can find out, maybe. I'll, like shrug. Because yeah, is it big enough? Would it be big enough with the advantage?
From what you scouted out, that was the likely path to hopefully bring the wagon.
Oh well, I'll have you know, it looked like a great path to take the horses in the cart through.
Well, we can always bring it with, and if we find a way that we can't go further, we'll just have to tie her off. Want to start heading out that way? Aki, you be our guide.
Be like, well, I'll look to the 2 fucking orcs. What do you guys think of all this? Do you want to head off to the tower we saw in the south, 20 miles out? You good with that?
Yeah, that works for me.
Works for me.
If we find anything on the way, I'm sure we can go to that too. You didn't see any wells in the sky, did you?
I didn't, right? I just saw the pathway to go there. But I didn't
You did not see
like,
any wells.
Well, I wouldn't. No. No? Not like scratch my head and bust. No, I don't think so. I kind of smirk as I like stare up.
Well, doesn't the sign point right and say well?
Yeah, we might
Yeah,
stumble upon it.
Says the right is the old owl well, right? And then Wyvern Tor goes to the right. But I didn't like see a physical well, I guess is how I took that. I don't know.
Well, I suppose let's just head out. No use wasting daylight.
I'm going to hop in the cart. And attempt to nod off, I guess. While we
Can I
start
go
this
up and
adventure?
sit next to Tyrion just to be there to help in case some shit goes crazy?
Yeah, you two can sit up on top on the front,
Yeah.
with Remy and a key in the back. But you leave off, leaving the almost ruined little hobble that is Coneyberry. You stretch your wagon and the 2 horses and veer off to the right. Very quickly, the green grass and this plainsy topography leaves from underneath you as you enter the hills, nearing Wyvern Tor. It gets a little bit more rumbly, a lot more rocky, and a lot more sandy. But you see where a key pointed out to enter, and you kind of stretch around this hill, almost at an angle now. Your wagon is like a good 12 degrees off kilter, but you just keep going along. And you stretch in between this hill, in between that one, as it starts to get a little bit more craggy. And by that I mean the hills almost turn it into more of a, like if there's a landslide and the two landslides meet and point up together. Just hundreds of these little up drifts of just rock that seems to jut up towards the sky. You start stretching in between those, akin to when you were ambushed by these hobgoblins. But after a time, Tyrion and Torg, go ahead and give me a survival check. Remy,
Nat
you're in
20.
Nat 20. Remy, you're in the back of this wagon as it jostles and jumps. You look over at a key, and he seems to be asleep, maybe, but he looks unbothered even though it's jostling around. Tyrion, what'd you get?
11.
Yeah. With a natural 20, you guys quickly lose the sight, or at least what a key told you of where to go. But Torg, for some reason, you just have this sixth sense about you, where you know, and you can just see kind of where the trail would lead. At times, Tyrion almost starts to steer the steers or the horses to the left around this hill, but you're like, no, you can see ahead. We should go right, because that one looks like it's going to come to almost a stop around this edge. But this way, the trail almost looks like where water used to go, and a small, ever so faintly tiny, just by inches, a little stream that descends around it. So you follow that way, and the wagon stretching around and around. It's very repetitive, these hills now, as you just go deeper and deeper and deeper. The sun now baking upon you as it's almost reaching noon, just cooking on the back of your necks. But eventually, sooner than you would believe, you reach something. You're not sure if this is what Key explained, but you can see almost the ruined tips of a tower. A Key, I'd say you definitely get a short rest in by now, unless you want to keep going and try and get a long rest in.
I would say just because of like the exhaustion, I'll probably just ride it out until like I would think there would be danger, somebody would wake me, I guess. So I guess I'll still be sleeping unless I get bothered.
Yeah. But as you approach, you almost crest a low ridge, and you see the crumbling ruins of an old watchtower and mounds of rubble that enclose a courtyard amid these almost rugged hills. Approaching, you can see a colorful tent sits in the middle of the courtyard.
Do I see any movement?
You see no one in sight.
Well, colorful tents catch my eye. That doesn't seem part of the land. I say might as well, because we're here, approach with caution, but might as well check something out. What you guys think?
Yeah, should we tie up the horses over here and maybe approach on foot?
Hey, see a good place to tie off?
Do we?
Looking around, you see nothing that you could tie the horses to.
Well, I say I guess we just ride it up to the front door then.
Yeah. Picking up, you kind of almost descend. This is almost like a little, not a hill like the others, but there is some elevation to it. But it seems to be almost the flattest area that you've seen in a good hour. But all this old stone looks just absolutely ruined, and you can see a good 80 feet by 80 feet, almost square, that where around the perimeter seems to be just crumbled walls made of boulders, and in the one corner you can see a decently big tower, or at least what used to be a tower. And atop, you can see there is no platform. It's just this almost cylinder that stretches up, but it connects to this almost perimeter in this courtyard-like area. In the middle, you can see a white and a red tent with stripes. It seems to be just smack dab right in the middle of this courtyard. And on natural 20, Torg, you notice just over this tent, in the courtyard, in the corner, you can see a well. But as you approach it, the horses, you can't bring the horses and the carriage into the courtyard. You're going to have to stop outside here, but you can get in there by foot if you wish.
Darren, I believe the well that we're looking for is inside this compound.
Well, isn't the well something that you were talking to Darren about? He said there's something about a well we could find, and he could give you some magical boots on the way back.
Yes.
Do you remember he said we had to check out around that well?
I do remember that there is a well.
Well, you're as good as me then. I say we might as well check it out quick. See what's around. Sound like a plan?
Yeah, that works for me.
Remy, do you want to watch over? Well, two of us should go. I say one of us stay. Who wants to go?
You two can go. I could stay.
Watch
And
over Heath.
just overhearing. I'm pretty sure we're just supposed to check in and let Darren know that there are no threats to the well,
Oh, okay.
as they
I don't know if
it's as it I believe assumes to be chased off by the undead and to check for magic.
I suppose. Let's just get a
So
good.
check out the well. Let me know what you think.
All right, sounds good.
We'll start going off.
Yeah, hopping off.
Just checking everything out.
There's a little bit of a thud as Tori's huge orcish body hops off. But you guys start to crumble through the stone and almost the rock now that you haven't been off the wagon for a while, but you notice the sediment seems to be more shambly. Almost at times the rock seems to like shales, kind of flat and brittle. But as you approach, it gets just the hints of grass around the perimeter of this well. And you get closer to this perimeter. Getting a little bit closer, you two, go ahead and give me a perception check. As you
20
16.
not natural.
20 and a 16. Getting closer to the little walls here, you can easily see multiple spots around this perimeter that you could just walk right through. But you approach this huge tower on your left. There's where you see where there were window slits. It almost seems to be fallen in, so it just leaves a huge V crack from the top. But you keep walking in, get closer to this tent. Tyrion, you smell immediately, just something picks up on your nose, and almost not a sting, but you do smell just a waftly, deathly odor coming from the tower's direction.
Hey, hold up for a second, Torg. I feel like we're not alone
Cecil?
here.
Where at?
I don't know exactly, but that tower. If Remy said there was something about death around this well, I guess that's what I would call what I'm picking up from that tower over there. I think we better approach with caution.
I agree. I ready my axe, kind of just have it at my side.
Yeah.
I'll make a couple. What's it called? Magic pebbles.
And I start kind of moving, not as like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Leisurely. I'm kind of more of the stealth, on edge.
Yeah, you kind of.
Yeah, I would like to stealth kind of too, like just going in there.
Yeah, you kind of get a little crouch down, approaching cautiously. Are you trying to go towards the tower or the well or the tent?
I sensed it from the tower, right?
Correct.
I say we go towards the tower. I don't have my sling out. I made the pebbles in my pocket, and I equipped my shield and scimitar.
Okay. Yeah. Torg kind of leading the way, you slowly start to skirt your way towards this tower. You almost have to step not over, but under the string that seems that one of the corners of the tent seem to be staked to the ground. You're pretty close to this tent now, but you kind of duck underneath it, and you can see an opening into the tower where it used to be a doorway, but now it's just there is nothing above it. It just stretches to the sky. Kind of walking around the corner, you see movement. Ever so faintly, but in the very back corner of this tower, you can see just standing there is a skeleton. Just kind of, what's the word? Inanimated. Almost looks like it's in a slumbering state. You kind of walk a little bit more to your right, and you can see more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see a dozen skeletons. None of them have anything on them. No weapons. They're just standing there.
Tyrion, how do you want to go back and get the others?
Might not be a bad idea. I know they don't look dangerous, but there's 6-something skeletons. I don't know if there's anything else around. I say we'd leave out of here quietly, try to touch the tent and the courtyard and see if we see anything there, and we'll let the others know.
You two, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
21.
Well, Sam knows what's about to happen.
Do it.
21?
21?
So you both got 21?
Yeah.
Damn.
This is fucking rolling.
Yeah.
Tyrion hops on the back of Torg as they stealth.
Tyrion,
You guys get back to your cart.
I wanted to check out the tent, because that's between us and our people, right?
Correct. You don't see from where you came in. There's obviously 4 sides. It's almost a pyramid-esque tent, but you didn't see any doors on the 3 sides that you saw. So you assume that the door, if there is one, is on the other side towards the well.
do you want to cut into the back of it?
Well, I say we just go on next to it and listen to see if we hear anything inside.
That works too.
Yeah, you slowly approach. Not a good 6 paces towards, but you kind of stop and you listen. You seem to hear almost paper, almost like somebody's turning a page.
I'm not gonna talk, but I'm gonna gesture towards Torg, like, let's go back to the wagon and rally the troops.
I nod in agreement.
Yeah, you guys, with those 21s, you can easily sneak away back towards the wagon.
I'm gonna see. Do we get back?
Yeah.
Remy, it sounds. We saw, I don't know, 6 or more skeletons, and something seems to be in the tent. Skeletons didn't have weapons or nothing, but, you know, when there's death somewhere, I'm worried what might else be around.
Sounds like some skeletons are in for a beating, if I'm not mistaken. And then I'll
There's
look
also
at Torg.
The tent in the middle, we don't know what's in there, but it makes me... The sound it made me think of something reading, something doing something. There's definitely sounds in there, so something might be in there as well.
I say we all go back.
I'm gonna like shake
The key awake.
Kai. Birdman.
Got some action ahead of us.
Some action? What do you mean?
Dozens of
Trying to...
Possibly.
Torg's looking to kick over another skeleton, it sounds like. Sounds like we may have another imposter in a tent over here. Not sure what it is, who it is, how many there are, but...
I would rather...
I could go for a little ass whooping.
I think it's better to clear out this than move forward and have some undead behind us.
All right, well, I guess we should see to it then, I suppose.
From what we could see, there was 6+ skeletons in the tower over there, but there's something in the tent. I know 6 skeletons is something we can handle. I think it might not be a bad idea to clear that tent out first, because if they call for help, skeletons are coming, we know they're there.
Do you want to cut through the back of the tent and surprise him, maybe? Whoever's in
Did
there?
I get a long rest or a short?
You got a short.
Damn.
Does that get rid of exhaustion?
I'd normally it doesn't, but I'd say it was like you almost got screwed out of a long rest. So I'd say it does get rid of your exhaustion, but it is a short rest. So you can use hit die to regain any health that you have missed.
Heard.
I say we go check it out. Tor, it might not be a bad idea to cut through, but if we can sneak around and just see what the door looks like, maybe it's something we can see and still get the element of surprise.
You think we'll make it past the skeletons without them seeing?
It's on this side. Isn't the tent on this side of the tower? So we'd go to the tent before the skeletons.
Isn't the door facing the skeletons?
Do you think it's something undead in the tent? Is what you're saying?
You know,
Just
I know
something moving.
personally I wouldn't be reading a book or doing something with paper when I knew there was undead, but 6-10 paces away from me, so I could assume, I suppose.
What if it was something maybe controlling the skeleton?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it has something to do with undead. I know I don't like to sit down in a place where I know undead's nearby.
Well, maybe I can try and sense something here. The key will close his eyes and use primeval awareness.
All right, what does that do?
To sense whether any aberrations, celestial, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you, or 6 miles based if you're in your favored terrain.
Is this mountainous?
Yes,
So would you say we're in mountainous terrain?
you sense coming from the tower many undead figures.
Yes.
But not from the tent, huh?
Correct.
Keep in mind, our buddy Darren mentioned checking for magic. Don't be surprised if this dude's controlling everything here.
I'll like kind of open my eyes and look back. Yeah, I can.
Good point.
I definitely sense what you guys are talking about in the tower, but I did not sense anything coming from the tent, I guess.
Well, that must be the one that's controlling. I say we ambush this man, or whoever it is.
You think if we take out the guy in the tent that the undead falter?
I don't know if they have any relation whatsoever. I guess it could just be the wind in the tent for all we know, but I thought we heard something.
The only thing throwing me off is these, Darren mentioned to check for magic. I'm not completely off path here, right, Shade? Like, I'm not just throwing him in a fucking...
Correct.
Okay.
Could be.
Sending him down a path that has
Indeed,
nothing to
right?
do with anything.
I say we get in there.
He's
Let's
just
figure it
going
out.
off like a fever dream.
We're just speculating at this point. Let's get in there.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
the map
check
with the
for
owl bear,
magic.
so...
I think that's something we can do after the fact, after we clear this area out.
Works for me.
I'm saying, if we target something that's not undead, potentially could magic be siphoned from this man, or not siphoned, but this man thing, non-undead thing, maybe using magic to control. It seems as if these undead are in the castle or this building as well as outside of this tent, and they don't seem to be bothering him. We just need to be cautious. I think our
agree.
best bet is to take out said non-undead, in hopes that if that happens, potentially the undead falter.
I couldn't agree more myself. Well, let's get to it.
I start leading the way.
All right, where are you headed?
Back in, towards the tent.
Towards the tent.
Stealthily, obviously.
Yeah, all 4. Go ahead and give me a not a perception, a stealth check.
I also unequipped my shield and I have my sling out.
I roll at disadvantage. That's twice, and I take the worst, correct?
Yep.
At 20.
Oh, that's
23.
not what I
6.
wanted to roll.
6.
17.
Is there a way that is there a possibility I could like be having an angle on both of these
4.
places, like
Flying up or?
Yeah,
not
you'd have to
flying
you'd
up,
have
just
to
like position.
you'd have to put yourself right in between them.
But would it be at like a vantage point, like maybe up on something, or would it just be like
To get the only angle to see inside of this tower is just the doorway that's not a good 3 feet wide, and it points towards the center of the courtyard. So to get a good vantage point in through that doorway, you'd have to be right in the middle of the courtyard.
okay?
Would you roll, Remy?
A 4.
Yeah. So the 4 of you.
I'm gonna metagame and go in the back, 50 feet behind him.
The 4 of you step off the wagon and you approach, kind of slowly, ever so faintly up this small hill towards this perimeter, stepping through these rocks, kind of slowly get onto the dirt that is this courtyard, approaching this tent. The tower off to your left, you take an angle where you're getting closer to the tent, but if not 5 more feet to your left, you'd be exposed to these skeletons inside the tower. And as you approach this tent, Remy from behind you trips over the stake, it flops out of the ground, and the string goes limp, where you see the tent, almost a whole corner of it, not deflates, but almost droops down. You catch yourself, Remy, but you come to a halt as everybody stops.
Oh shit!
You can hear the flaps of this tent on the other side open up, and you can see a figure. You can see a bald man. What are you guys doing?
Friend or foe?
You see him look straight towards you. Depends. What are you?
Living or dead?
You can see in his hand almost purple fire energy as he holds it.
We don't need to fight if we can find common ground. What are you doing out here?
My reasons are my own. What are you doing out here?
We heard that there was magic around this well that seeks undead into it, and we are here to cleanse it. Is that of your doing, sir?
It is.
Why do you do this? I'm not saying the person we accepted from is right. I might as well hear your side of it as well.
Undead is my means of magic. Is there a reason that you would wish to root out this so-called evil?
This well seems to be a shrine of some sort to the person, is there? With the undead, I see it's your means of magic. Does it need to be done here?
At the time being, yes.
And why? I know it's your means of magic. I mean, I can produce flames, but you don't see me burning stuff and have fire all around. Why does the undead need to be here if it's your means of magic?
You seem awfully curious.
Well, as I see it, we are on a quest to do something, and I'm trying to get your take to realize if we're in the wrong, or we might as well get this quest done. Then I'm going to try to come off in a threatening manner.
All right, go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
Oh shit!
And I'm gonna sit there as I see Tyrion kind of get serious, and I'll be like, and I find it quite funny why it seems like you're hiding these skeletons in this tower. And I'm gonna start
Can
readying the
I-
crossbow.
Can I ready my glaive and kind of like step in front of everybody as as an intimidation
Yeah,
with him as he's saying that?
sure. Go ahead and roll in intimidation.
4.
I got
What
13.
the fuck are these
Oh,
rolls, bro?
4 and 13.
Don't worry. All that matters is combat. Okay.
Almost behind you, not quite flanking you, but a little off
Trips
kilter.
again.
You can hear all of the bones just quietly as these 12 skeletons emerge from this tower and stop, kind of just positioning themselves. As you can see, this figure kind of picks his chin up a little bit. You can see his almost tannish skin, and on his forehead seems to be many tattoos. I'm going to have all 4 of you go ahead and give me a history check.
Jeez.
Natural 20.
2.
13.
11.
All of you would know that,
I would know.
or whoever rolled a 2,
All of us would know.
whoever rolled a 2, you don't pick up on this, but the other 3, you notice that these tattoos that seem to be all over his head and seems to stretch down before it's just a red robe. This is clearly a wizard, and these are necromantic symbols. Now, Tyrion, on a natural 20, you recognize the garb that this wizard is wearing belongs to the Thay, which is a land of necromancers where the wizards pattern their flesh with tattoos. And these, it's not that they're evil in particular. It's just that they study one of the 8 schools of magic, which happens to be necromancy. But he picks up with this fire in his hand. All of you,
So he's a
come
Fae?
in.
How far? Where is the Fae? Like, compared to Neverwinter?
The Thay, it's far, far inland to the east. But he picks up as he holds this almost purple fire energy in his hand. All of you, come into this tower whereas it's not mine, I reside here for the time being. You tried to destroy my tent. You approach in an intimidating manner. I do not find this a friendly confrontation. So when you ask me friend or foe, I ask you again, are you friend or foe?
Sounds like foe to me.
Here's the thing. I know the
Intimidating.
Fae live far away from here. I know you're not necessarily evil. However, here's the thing. Around these parts, when you see a pack of undead, people's first thought usually ain't a necromancer or something of the sort. And being this area, I would say, is one of the more dangerous areas. It governs a question when one's out here alone. We don't mean you no harm necessarily, but we're just trying to figure something out here. Why are you out here all alone in a dangerous place ridden with orcs and goblins?
Well, I'm not alone, am I? He kind of gestures towards the skeletons.
Why do you keep saying you're only out here for a little time being, I guess? Why are you leaving after a certain... Did you already mention this?
Well, I believe my intentions are my own. However, given this situation, that will not be diffused unless I tell you what I'm doing. I'm here for research. This tower is of an old wizard, and I wish to know more.
Maybe our quest and your research co-reside then. We heard there was some magic that taints this. If you just came here, I doubt you're the magic that's tainting that. Have you noticed anything of the sort around this area? Being it is the tower of an old wizard, perhaps we were looking for the same thing.
Well, if we are to indulge in adult conversation in a kindly matter, I believe it's just that you lower your weapons and I will retreat my skeletons.
Yeah, I'll lower my... I'll put his crossbow away.
You can see the
I'll
fire
lower mine.
disappear.
I'm still holding mine.
A few of the skeletons still stay out because he sees Torg still standing there holding his war axe.
Can I try to whisper it to Torg? without anyone noticing.
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
Yeah, I'll give you my check when I'm. Oh, 25. So what I'm basically saying in this quick whisper is, I'll trust your instinct if you think he's evil. If you don't know, I say we hold for now.
Mm.
And I'll,
So if he
look
thinks
at him
he's
while
evil and
still with
goes,
his
we're
ready,
going.
like weapon ready, and I'll just under my breath be like, I just want to kill everything.
You can see him kind of
I can whisper back to him, right? Like he's not gonna hear this conversation. Like a little quick, like whisper back.
yeah, give me a stealth check.
Fuck.
Oh,
Never
here we
mind.
go.
I'll just keep it on.
No, you gotta say something now.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
7. I roll back and I say, his skeletons aren't that intimidating. And then that's it.
And then I'll motion to lower his weapons then if we're not that intimidated.
No, I keep my weapon up because they're not that intimidating.
Ben rolled a 25 for nothing to happen.
You can see him kind of take his hand as he kind of rubs it over his bald head.
I'll just like rest on it. Like it'll just be like almost like using it as a staff, but I'm not putting it back on my back.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the skeletons that are almost flanking you kind of ease up, kind of more towards the tower, but as he kind of rubs his bald head with his hand, he picks up a... Well, you can't blame a man for caring for his own defense. I do not have 3 justly companions as you do. I believe salutations are in order. My name is Cost.
Well, Cost, nice to meet you. We're party of 4. Myself here, my name's Tyrion. Nice to meet you, Cost.
He walks up and goes to shake your hand.
I'll reach out.
Well,
Like behind him, I'll raise a flask and say I'm a key overhearing the conversation and take a drink.
well, I am far from home, as you know, kind of gesturing towards Tyrion. As I said, I've come here for research. This tower, I do not know, and my friends at home thought we would be able to learn more here. However, it seems to be a little bit more ruined than we were led on to believe. I do not know who or what built this place, and I wish to know more. What was it that you wanted to know?
Well, not necessarily know exactly what I want to know. All we know is, have you heard of the town of Phandelver? About a day's ride, half a day's ride southwest of here.
Phandelver, yes, I have not been, but I know of.
Phandelver, there's a nice old man at an orchard. He told us that this well was a memento to him. Possibly he knows more about it, but all he had told us was we got to root out some magic here that is tainting the place, he recalled.
Well, I mean, given I have not been here over a 10-day, if this figure is talking about me, I can assure you nothing I am doing is harming this place. I don't want to muddy the scene or any evidence that I could pick up here.
I believe him right now, but can I insight him check just to
Sure, go ahead.
check? 22.
22. It seems truthful.
Well, might not. I'm glad we stowed from the hostilities to begin with. We're just traveling around these areas. I know there's orcs, goblins, ogres of the sort. We're just trying to clean out this frontier top town. But I see, my personal perspective, I know you guys are necromancers, which is unsightly around here per se, but I know you mean no harm from what I know, and I don't think we need to fight. Thank you for being calm with us on our way in.
Likewise, I suppose. Talk about the things that you've seen around or you're looking out for. I worry about the same thing. Many furry figures, a couple what seem to be orcs, have wandered their way too close for comfort now and then, mostly upon nightfall. let's say, if I were to leave this place, would you benefit from that at all?
You know, I don't know if that would benefit us. Hey, Torgremmin, do you remember what our good friend Darren had said about this place? I know we were looking for magical means or something, but if it's been here not a 10-day, it's hard for me to believe that cost is the problem that was plaguing Darren. What do you guys think?
From what I recall, he had mentioned to check for, make sure there was no threat to the well, and to check for magic, whether or not these magic means are what they are now, or where they were 15 days ago, I suppose. That is to be seen. His name's Cost.
Yep.
Cost, you've been here 10 days now. It seems like plenty of time to. Did you notice anything about this place? Maybe that kind of caught you off guard, or is tilted you to the wrong way, or I'm not a magic man myself, but it's hard. I'm having a hard time believing that within just 10 days you're the root of the cause for making us check for a quote no threat.
Aye. No, I haven't been able to pick up much at all other than the faint bits of architecture that reminisce of old. However, more information seems to be fleeting for me. I suppose I don't find myself staying much longer.
Well, I suppose been here 10 days. Before that, have you noticed any other wells or even by chance castles around the area? We're new to the area ourselves. In case you'd have any knowledge you could pass on to us about the terrain.
Castles, no. This is about the largest structure I've seen in a good 2 weeks. However, as far as the figures around, I believe they seem to be coming from Wyvern Tor. It's the group of crags that used to be home to wyverns. A little bit more south. I do not wish to travel that way any farther. But I believe we may be able to benefit each other. Let's say that this figure you talk about in Phandelver was to know my true intentions, or be a little more faint at heart, knowing the fact that I have up and left. That would benefit you. What would benefit me? You take care of these figures. Farther to the south, near Wyvern Tor, you take care of them, and I believe we can benefit each other.
I'm going to look at everyone and try to shrug, saying, wow, it's almost like we were going to do that anyways. And like, I think that sounds like a win-win for us as well, you know. Down south's where we're planning on heading. If we can help you by getting rid of some of those things, that sounds like a win to us. And, you know, if we can go back to Darren and let him know all is well at the well, I think there's nothing that could harm us with that. What do y'all say?
As he's talking, can I go inspect the well?
Sure.
And by inspecting it, I would just like to know if this is actually Old Owl Well that Darren had mentioned. Or unless, did you say that already, if it is or not?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Natural 20.
Taking a little bit of a peek into the tower, it just looks like a ruined tower. There's not much to be known there other than these 12 skeletons that just seem to be idly standing by. But looking at towards the other end of the courtyard, you do see this well. And with a natural 20, looking at the shape of it, it doesn't look like your average well. And even though it's ruined and very old and in shambles, you can just faintly make out the figure, even though you're off at almost a weird angle. The well itself looks to be like it was carved in the head of an owl.
I'll just walk back then.
Well, you wish to travel south then?
Yeah, south's where we're heading next, I believe. I believe we got business in Wyvern Tor up there. How about yourself?
Well, as I said, I might be packing up and leaving soon, but I suppose, I mean, if you already get what you wish for just by me leaving, there's no sense for me to stick around until you come back.
Is there anything you're looking for south that we could look for you and let you know on the way back? Or you gonna be on your merry way finding other things to research?
South? No. You see him kind of like stroke his chin. However, there's one thing a little more north that would be of aid to me. There's a banshee in the woods. The Neverwinter Wood. This small little ramshackle village up north. Just into the trees past that, a good little bit, there's a what seems to be a lair, and inside this lair is a banshee.
Oh,
I have not
like
spoke to this banshee myself,
that's not
Technically
but
in game, by the way.
but if you were to speak to this banshee, she seems a bit aggressive. And you were to answer or get an answer for me. I'm begging the question of who built this place. Let's
The
say
owl, and we're at the Owl Well Tower place.
yes, Old Owl Well. Now, if you were to gather the name of the person who built this place for me, I believe I would be able to pitch in some goods.
Well, it just so happens that that is one of the places we're going.
As he said that, I sheath my axe.
That is definitely something. If we do go to Wyvern Tor first and would hit that on the way back up, is there a place we could find you by chance?
I suppose I could take residence in the what seems to be this small town, but the lair is north of that, so you would have to hit Wyvern Tor, come back up, see me, go to the lair, and then come back to me.
Well, I don't suppose we plan on being down south for more than a few days unless anything goes drastically wrong. We could always plan to meet up in the town and say, what do you guys think? How many days?
2, 3? I don't know. Depends on how long it takes to clear out this Wyvern Tor.
3 to 5 days per chance, would you say?
I believe it would be much smaller than that. Now, I don't know how much trouble you'll get into in Wyvern Tor, but if it's under a dozen foes, you could probably reach me by the morning.
I don't know. Give us a day or two. Maybe we'll be there in the morning. Maybe we'll be there in a day or two. Would that mess up your plans too much, or does that sound all right? We'll try to make it in a day.
It sounds good to me.
Okay, well, sounds like we've struck an accord. Do you need anything else before we set off, or we'll see you in a day or so?
I mean, I don't need much else. I believe I can defend myself with my friends here. You can see
I don't know about that.
you can see all 12 of the skeletons. They don't make any noise, but their jaw bones rattle.
Right. Now I start
I
walking back.
suppose. Shall we all? Shall we hit the road then, folks?
I'm already walking back.
I'll go up to shake Koss' hand one last time and say, "It's nice to meet you. I do apologize about the tent. I don't think that one was necessarily on purpose. I think we were trying to go for a stealthy approach, and you know how that goes sometimes." And I'm gonna point at the skeletons that are not that stealthy.
Well, likewise. Don't worry about the tent. I can stake it back up.
All right.
As I'm walking out, I'm gonna walk past the skeletons and look at them all and give them a nod and point a finger to the air and go, "What's up, brothers?"
Jesus.
And
All
I'll
right,
keep
whatever
walking.
your next roll is, you have disadvantage. But no, you guys, you guys can pick up as you see Koss kind of, excuse me, kind of go between the two orcs to go put his stake back in. He kind of grabs a little stone, starts to put it back in. You guys want to head south?
Yeah, might as well head out towards Wyvern Tor, I suppose.
Yeah, you walk back out. You notice your wagon has went back down the trail a good 50 feet where the horses are just slowly walking. But
I'm gonna motion to Remy and Torg to do something about it.
Yeah, I can
we'll
walk
go
down.
gather the reins.
yeah, you guys, whoa, can get your horses back on track. But heading south, more south, you are getting, as you can see, harder and deeper crags. But you guys hop up on top, and you head out slowly. Actually, quickly, the runes that are Old Owlwell disappear between the hills behind you as you keep stretching and twisting in between these crags. You're getting closer and closer now to the Sword Mountains, and now that you guys look up and you can see them, you notice that they have been increasingly getting taller and taller and taller, and now they are miles and miles and miles reaching into the sky. And you can see just the snowy tips that seem to almost pierce the sky. But as you get closer, you can see a couple of these crags atop. They almost seem to not be shaved off, but almost like a bowl type formation atop. But you stretch in between them, not to go over them, and it seems to get a lot more ravenous and um, where there used to be what's the word, like where water has ran through and just over time kind of wielded the stone down at areas, and you feel like you are in what is mentioned to be Wyvern Tor. Let's say who's taking the reins here?
I
Doing
could, but no
the
one else wanted
same,
to. Yeah,
and I'm just sitting up
same
there with
thing.
him.
Tyrion and Torg.
Yeah.
All right, all four of you, give me a perception check.
15.
12.
18.
10.
All four of you notice as you're getting more and more into these crags, there's points and almost positions where like a ravine dips down. At times you kind of peer over your cart to like look down, and you can see it just descend. You can start to see a lot more big, huge boulders and green grass. Just ever so faintly, at times you can see little patches of grass, a bush, and as you get deeper and deeper, trees that seem to just somehow be nestled and survived and made their way to grow upon all of this just rocky terrain. But as you round a good corner, you see it seem to open up where there's a huge drop off. A key, you notice the faint smell of smoke in the air. You can almost ascend this almost rugged ridge on the lower slopes of a hill, and 50 yards away, you can see a cave mouth that opens up at the bottom of this ravine. And hunkered down by a boulder, maybe 20 yards outside of the cave, evidently keeping watch, is a single bugbear.
I'm just
Does
gonna
it
keep
look-
driving because I don't see anything.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
I'll kind of take in what I'm seeing for a second, like while I'm squinting, and be like,
Whoa. I think we should maybe hold on just a second here. I see a cave that's guarded by a bugbear, and I
I'll pull
smell
back on the
smoke.
reins, calm them down.
Finally.
You
Nice
roll
back.
Just,
roll down to
does-
almost a stop.
Does it look like a bugbear that's got gashes and slashes, or does this one look a little hefty?
Did I notice if it looked-
All four of you can look down in, and you can it's almost like hidden as he's just sitting next to this boulder, but you can see the figure of this bugbear.
Oh
Is there
wait, I'm
any
think you could-
place-
we
So
fought
we're
an
like, well, I
owl bear,
suppose
right?
You could just
Yeah.
see it right down there, and I'll like point it out.
Is there any
Key, you
place
think
that
you
we
can
put the horse
hit him right
off?
between the eyes from here?
Well, I
Any
don't know. I
place we can put the horse
haven't had
in
much
the
to
wagon
drink today. I guess maybe I could.
without making much movement.
What'd you say, Ben?
Any place we can put the horse and wagon and not make much movement? Because I'm assuming if he sees us, we see it. we can see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You can easily get out of sight
on,
and tie it
baby.
off against a tree nearby.
Okay, I'm gonna do. I say we do that.
Easy enough.
Wow. See it.
Now what? We're just sneaking up on this thing?
Unlike the human from before, yeah, I know necromancers aren't something I necessarily understand or get along with. They are not necessarily lawfully evil, but I do gotta say, I don't know how many bugbears I've met and liked.
I can second that. The Key should try to pin him right in the head.
How much have you had to drink today, Aki?
Surprisingly, not much.
We can play.
I don't know if that's good for us or bad for us.
I guess we can find out.
Good question.
I suppose we got an option here. Someone bet left, someone bet right, someone bet dead on.
I'll go
You guys
down.
wanna?
What are you thinking? I put a gold on it.
You want to bet to see if we can hit a bugbear?
Yeah, it's all up to you. Me, Remy, and
Well,
Cole
here's
are
the
betting on
thing.
it.
I'm gonna take out my crossbow. You think we can, quote unquote, team shot this thing?
How many feet away is it?
He's probably a good with like the descent down into the ravine where he is. To get a good vantage point, you can get a shot off at 60 feet.
I'm
Oh,
good to
ain't
go.
no thing.
Yeah.
Within
wanna-
range.
You wanna team fire this thing?
I say we could shoot something at it all at once. Hey,
That's what I'm saying.
I would just say, and I'll
Torg,
accept
you
them,
got anything to
considering
shoot?
this thing ripped off a portion of our wagon earlier, let's just not miss this thing.
yeah,
I think
four
you're
shots
thinking
at
of
once.
the owl bear, not the bugbear.
Oh, well, still a bear in my eyes. And I'll like walk away.
I'm
You got
gonna
something to shoot, Torg?
ready my crossbow.
Yeah, I guess I can throw a javelin.
All right, you guys want to creep up on it and get a good vantage point where all four of you can try to hit him at the same time?
Yeah.
All four stealth checks.
Don't fuck this up. No.
I'm at disadvantage again.
20.
6.
16.
Ooh, do I get an advantage because I'm in favored terrain? Does it
Yeah,
get a bonus to stealth?
these are
Yep.
miles.
Oh, I
tall
rolled
mountains,
4.
baby.
I
Let's
rolled
go.
4. I
Come
rolled
on.
14 twice.
Oh, 7.
Oh no.
I like walk up all fucking like, yeah, let's do this. I just eat shit.
He obviously hasn't had enough to drink yet.
All right, so the four of you, you're up. You can see this almost cavernous cliff to your left. You're standing on grass and you're amongst the trees themselves. And off to your right, you can see this ravine that just drops down and then drops down again as it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Boulders throughout. The largest of which is up ahead of you, right at the base of this almost cliffside that you're on, where this bugbear is. But you all kind of creep up to get a good vantage point, the four of you kind of peeking over the side. Right as this bugbear that seems to be sitting there, his arm is almost on one of his knees. He seems to be chewing on something as he reaches up and just rips off almost like a piece of dried meat before he stops. He looks up and he sees you. You all want to take a shot?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all shooting.
Go ahead and roll the hit.
25.
25
22.
hits. 7 you said?
You sounded like
Yep.
he had the cuck or some shit. What the fuck? It was a 25.
7 misses. Tyrion, what'd you get?
22.
22 hits. A key?
20.
20. That hits. So the three of you get to go ahead and roll for damage.
6.
So it's 1d10. I'm doing Ice Knife, so it's 4 points of slashing, and then make a DC 14 Dex save, and 2d6
Natural
cold
19.
damage. Is what you got on the Dex save?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got 4 points of slashing damage, and I rolled a 6 for cold damage, so it takes 3 points of cold damage.
I did
Alright, a key.
14.
Which is
14?
14 is exactly what you needed. All four of you have you see an ice knife and a bolt and an arrow come flying down as he just starts to pick up, and he's gesturing to go pick up one of his weapons. Just gets pelted against this boulder. A good 5 seconds go by. You can see the crimson just start to pool up underneath his body.
That worked surprisingly well.
Well, that happened.
Doesn't happen too often where we do something that good.
You know, I had my notes. I'm not gonna lie.
Drinking. Maybe. Well, hold on. I should
Hold
tone
on,
it down.
hold on. Yeah, hold on.
Well, I suppose
Take a swig before we get in there.
it's only a matter of time before one of his allies see that. Might as well barge on in.
Yep. And then
What if
I
they
pick
see
up
that
my
we
javelin.
just pegged this bear to a stone wall? I'm sure it won't be much longer before somebody notices something. So I agree. Let's do it. Let's go in.
Yep.
All right.
I reclaim my javelin.
If you want to click the map link, or I can paste it for you here.
Yes. In general?
Phandelver campaign. There you go.
Yes. That's a dragon?
This is the map I saw from last week, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so you saw bugbear and you just said owlbear?
I saw a
randomly?
bugbear and we just got lucky to fucking come across an owlbear.
Jesus. Yeah, the four of you, after you take out this bugbear, you can head down.
I'm grabbing my javelin.
What do you want to do?
Continue.
Up to the north is where that entrance is, right?
Correct.
It's like
I'd like to be scanning the tree lines as we move up.
I'm just gonna be moving as he's doing that.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'll kind of like maybe hover across if this is like a really deep
I don't
fall
wanna
on the
get too
sides
close to
here,
it,
and
though.
just go to like here to see if I can see in the mouth of that cave before everybody runs in there.
Yeah, you guys approach this this cave. Remy, you just sticking your head in there?
Hold up, hold up.
No, I'm just gonna. I mean, I'll get close, but I'm not gonna. I should be able to peer in a little bit without just barging in.
I have an idea if you guys are fine with it.
What's that?
Like if I hold on. If I get to here, I should based off the picture here, I should be able to see like some of this up here, maybe. I don't know.
What's the plan, Tyrion?
Well, I could maybe go on in there and scout things out before we barge on in. Sound like a plan?
I'm more of a
By
barger
what means?
myself.
By what?
Turning
means?
into a wolf dog?
Could do something of that, or could turn into something like a rat. I doubt they'd notice a rat jumping
You tend
around
to-
in there.
You've got rat characteristics.
You know, if you feel like turning into a rat, you can get on in there. Otherwise, I will sprint in with Remy.
Well, it's up to you guys. Do you think we need caution, or just go on in? What do we feel?
Can I hear him up here on the ridge?
You're just gay.
No.
Just
Okay.
let's.
Can I just be
I want.
staring in at this point, like the entire time they've been talking?
I'd like
Can I
to
see
see
in?
you turn into a rat.
Yeah, this
I
is
say we
something
let him do it.
I have not seen before.
Well, I'm assuming, have I seen a rat in my life?
Yes.
No.
No.
Well, good luck.
Sorry, I keep getting fucking nosebleeds. I'm just
I
trying
don't
to
like that
see.
I don't like that the bugbear's still on the map. I feel like he's gonna fucking gat us from behind.
I'll turn into a rat. I don't have the rat cut sheet. I just picked something that I assumed is small, hit points won't really matter, and has dark vision. Are we agreed on that or not? Should I actually find what I should turn into?
I believe
Sure,
you
you wanna
can
go
find
for that.
something small. I'm not sure if you'll be able to find something that has dark vision.
Is it? Can I tell it's dark in there from up here?
You guys just seeing from like what you can see in this cave mouth, it looks dark, although there is torchlight or some sort of flame from the inside that seems to be emanating on the cave walls.
I could
So let
turn
me-
into a spider, and a spider has dark vision and +4 to
Or-
stealth.
Yeah.
Let me
Oh,
pitch you this.
shit.
So I have let me try to
And I can
find
climb
it
on the
here.
walls.
So I have Umbral Sight as a Gloomstalker Ranger. So I gave an additional 30 feet on my dark vision, but while I'm in darkness, I am invisible to any creature that relies on dark vision to see me in the darkness.
Jesus.
So theoretically, if I was to keep in the darkness out of the torchlight, would they essentially, unless I fail to check, would they be able to even detect I was there, since they would rely on dark vision to see me?
Characters who rely on dark vision.
If they don't
mean, if he's
rely
in
on
the-
it, they can see you.
Even if he's in the dark?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If I just stay in the darkness. So you're
'Cause
saying
if
like
they
something
can't
with
see
a
regardless,
natural
then.
ability to see me in the darkness even without dark vision? That would be the only time they could detect me?
So, like, if you're in the dark, obviously it's hard for somebody to see something in the dark. If something relies on dark vision to see into that darkness, it's effectively the same thing for them.
It just gets rid of their dark vision, but you're just invisible.
Well, I guess I'll kind of hop down not knowing what they're talking about and seeing that it's kind of torch lit in the cave. I'll be like, well, I don't know what's happened down here since, but I've seen, it's a pretty dark cave, but it's lit with torchlight in there. Do we have an idea on what you guys want to do?
I
To
was
get in
thinking
there?
I could
Accompany
go in
this
and-
rat.
As I actually a spider, we're gonna spark note that not a rat. I said spider. If I go to a
Like, laugh at
spider,
the
I can
rat.
see in the dark, and also not only that, I can climb on the ceiling, climb on the walls, and I'm a tiny little thing. I doubt everyone's gonna notice out to see me.
Well, you two could go in.
Rolls a
You
nat
like?
one. He's like an 8-foot spider
Yeah.
walking into the fucking.
Sound like a plan? I'll go. Look
Key,
in
just
there,
make a
come back out.
screech. If
Would-
are
Would you
both
like
willing?
me to go in there with you? I do have kind of a.
I think that'd be.
Well,
fun
if you
to
want to
watch.
go in, I mean, I could save my animal shape, but we could both go in if
Strength in
you
numbers.
want.
I
And the
feel
key
like
can make, the key can make a screech if you guys get
I
in
f-
trouble.
I feel like it's kind of useless to send Tyrion in as a spider if a key's gonna be with him. Unless if a key were to get caught, Tyrion could maybe sneak into a sneaky little position to, maybe catch them off guard as a key were to screech and we storm in. A little behind the back maneuver.
You can hear a low, growly voice from inside the cave.
We're gonna have to make it up here soon. Someone's got to get
I'm
there.
gonna
Let's
Ran out of
charge
time
in.
anyways. I say we're already in
Yeah.
action. I think they're coming out whether we like it or not.
I'm gonna try to find the nearest, I don't know. Would it only be like in the corners here? Like, let's say if I was to go into the cave, would there be any sorts of darkness on the inside? Or is
From
it
what
gonna be
you can
lit at
see,
the entrance?
there are points that are pretty dark, like in corners
although the torchlight in like the general sense is decently lighting up the area. I'd say from what you can see here, you guys can see that the wall is like there, and the whole cave system seems to curve off to your left, like a hard left.
If something's coming out, we could just start slaughtering here.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I get up there.
You want to take a little peek in?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception and a stealth check.
$13 on stealth. 9 on perception.
You guys see Torg as he walks up. You put your hand on this almost cave mouth, and the stone seems to be cold to the touch, even though the high sun is high straight above you. You kind of peer in, and you can see this firelight isn't coming from torches, but almost a campfire way deeper in the cave. You can see as it almost stretches and forks at the far end. And the cave walls seem to be rough, and the ceiling seems to be almost a shambly, not stalactites, but like almost like platformy sediment in like shales above you. But you peer in deeper, and you can see many figures. You can see a large figure that seems to be huddled around this campfire of sorts in the far end.
Those all fucking bugbears?
Holy shit, dude.
You can see one
I look
orc
back,
that seems to be
very
standing
happy.
towards this campfire. You can see an orc that seems to be sitting on like a small boulder with his knees up, and some of his bones seem to be almost protruding from his elbows. And he's wearing just this gnarly, ramshackled armor, but he has like war paint over his face as he's sitting there over the fire, and he has a huge, almost a leg of an animal as he's staring into it. You can see this huge orc or ogre standing next to him. He's almost reaching the cave ceiling. He kind of has to bend his neck down, but he's just drooling, staring at this stick. You can see the orc kind of, the ogre kind of backs. What are you doing?
I turn back to them and let them know there is a lot of company. Big company. And if you'd like, or I guess, would you like to try to get a stealth shot off here before we engage? Because there's a lot in there.
What can you tell? What you can see? Like, are they like?
Bug-
Is there a wyvern? Are we getting up?
4 bugbears, orc, and
4
a large
bugbears.
ogre. Large ogre. I'm smiling at this point. Like, I'm very excited.
Well, I didn't really think it could get too much worse after the 4 bugbears, I'm gonna be honest, but I don't know how it did. And I'm gonna take a drink.
If anyone wants to, because I'm already my javelin to throw at one of these to start this. So, if anyone would like to
Under my breath, I say,
join me.
might as well try to pick off one of them like before. Hit that one on the north wall.
I'll ready my
Well, should
crossbow.
we? Yeah, that works too.
Hey, I'll ready a shot of my normal slim.
You want to divvy it up? Do two for two?
I say
2
we
of us
try
on
to
I
one,
think
2
we-
of us
I
on the
think-
other.
Who do you?
I
who
think our
who
best
who are we
chance is to
shooting
take
for?
out one.
On the
I don't
north
know if
wall.
Yeah, that north wall. I say we just try to take it out. So it's we're still down a number. Then right now it's a 6v4. 5v4 might be a little better.
who knows if we take them out, they might be a little caught off guard, and we might be able to get another one.
You can see the
By the
bugbear
time
on
they
the
run
north
to us.
wall stands up as he starts to stretch.
I say we
say we
shoot
take it
that
now.
one and reload. We might be able to shoot again before they reach us, and then Torg and Remy do melee. Sound like a plan?
That's what
Works.
I'm saying.
Okay. That's the plan. Then we're gonna shoot at the north wall, and then hopefully try to get another shot off before they reach us, and then Torg and Remy are gonna fight.
Which one did you say was hurt, Shade? Or
None of
like
them.
his arm was like fucked up or something? Or you
Oh,
said he was
the
eating?
orc. I'm just saying you can see the bones are almost protruding from his elbows. Not that
okay.
he's
I thought-
hurt,
Okay, yeah, okay. But yeah, continue.
but
ahead.
whoever would like to, yeah, go ahead and roll to hit.
Fuck. 8.
25.
Before this happens, I just have a quick question. So when we were back killing all those, I think the Craig or the people, who was at the manor we went to?
Cragmaw?
The spider
there
is
was
the
it-
person we were
Or
looking
the
for.
Red Barons or something?
Or Red
Yeah.
Barons.
Red
So
Brands?
while we were there and I was looting, I do have in my inventory some scrolls. I have a level 3 hold person and a level 3 fireball scroll. So could I hand that to somebody? Like, how does scrolls work? Like,
Yeah, so for scrolls, you can use anybody can try to just use the scroll, and you will use whatever spell is on that scroll. Now, depending on what it is or what level it is, you might have to do a roll to see if it succeeds. Or people of magic, like a wizard, for example, can copy that spell from the scroll to their spell book, and then they like have that spell. But if you use a spell on a scroll, it erases from the page, and it is a one-time use.
I'll kind of like, well, hold on a second here. Maybe I will gesture to Remy, and I will hand him. I'm like, and I'll hand him the level 3 hold person scroll. I'll be like, I guess maybe you can just use this if you ever get in a pinch or
So
something.
just
And
I'll take those out of my bags then, because I had those in my bags.
yeah, I think you wrote them down.
So you hand Remy
Alright,
Remy the hold person?
Yeah, because I have that written down in my inventory. I think that was the thing that Shade was explaining, but I didn't get all of it. So then you wrote down the rest, or you wrote
Well, I
down...
just put them in D&D Beyond because it tells you how to use it as an item.
Yeah, I guess I have it in there in my equipment tab.
What are we doing?
Yeah, so I'm doing that.
I rolled
giving him...
I got an 8.
I rolled a 25.
I'll take that, but I also had an 18 on my crossbow.
18 hits, 25 hits. Torg, what'd you roll?
8.
An 8. That misses. Go ahead and roll
Damn,
damage.
4.
Nine for the pebble.
All right. Yeah. The pebble and Remy, you're shooting a crossbow.
Yep.
A bolt. They fly over this a boulder that this bugbear in the north seems to be standing over. They both strike right underneath his rib cage. As he hits the wall, you can see everybody else in the cave kind of looks over. I'm gonna ask everybody to roll initiative.
Yes. Oof. 11.
Fuck. 10.
Three.
Hell yeah, boys.
A key?
13.
13. All right, give me a sec here.
Fucking ogre is gonna one-shot me.
All right. Yeah, as you guys shoot
Surprisingly,
your shots, this bugbear he strikes him as he bumps against the cave wall. You can see all of the figures in this cave kind of pick up, standing up, looking over towards your direction. You look on the far end, you can see this huge ogre that seems to have almost a loincloth with a belt and a necklace that comes down and it has like some sort of a rock hanging from it. Has these huge 2 bottom teeth as he picks up this huge stick, and at the end it seems to be made out of it with nails going through it, some sort of a maul of sorts. Echoes off the cave walls. Starts running straight towards you. What does he got here? Let's see. 40 feet.
I say we don't stay grouped against that guy.
just comes sprinting up. He can't quite make it to you, but he's going to pull out a javelin off his back. You can see this is about the same size as Torg's before he goes and throws it at Torg, since you were standing in the front. It is going to be an 11 to hit.
Nope, it does not hit.
No. You duck out of the way, this huge javelin flying out this cave mouth in between you guys, flying into the trees behind you. After that, you can see this orc figure that's standing near this fire, kind of stands up, pulls out a great axe that he has, kind of slams it against his chest and gives a war cry. I'm going to break you! As he starts running towards you guys as well. He's going to get right up behind this ogre and throw another javelin. Torg, since you're in the front, that is going to be a 17 to hit.
He's not behind half cover.
Yeah, dude, I'm peering in. What are you talking about?
17
know,
does 17
That's a pretty
hit?
big ogre.
Yeah, it's
How the fuck does that hit? Wait,
I'm not wearing
did
the
you
armor.
not? Oh.
He can't use armor like you.
Yeah.
That is going to be 7 points of piercing damage as you guys see a javelin just rip right through, kind of, not through, but like it hits Torg's arm. After that, we get to a key.
So I guess I can't really see what's running at them in the cave, right? Because I'm kind of behind the wall. I can only hear what's going on, or can I see?
You can faintly see like the some shapes that are approaching.
Okay, so I'll position myself kind of back here hastily, and then I'll just go for a. Because everybody shot this bugbear, right?
Yes. And
I'm
you guys
gonna
got
go-
to be on the squares here, so. Yeah.
So do I have a clear shot at the bugbear?
I'd say since Tor got hit in the front, he'd have to be like there, but. Yeah, you can over your companions get a shot on this ogre, yeah, or the bugbear.
Yeah, so I'll just shoot at the first thing I think I'll see, which will be the bugbear.
Go ahead, roll the hit.
11.
That is a miss. It bounces off the boulder. You see a spark. Anything else?
At this point, can I see the ogre since I moved up? Like I shot
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
first thing I saw.
You
but
can
now that I'm
see
sitting here,
the
I can
orc,
see
the
it.
ogre, and the bugbear. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bonus action, Hunter's Mark, the ogre.
All right.
What does that do? See him through walls or something?
I deal a 1d6 damage to whatever is marked with Hunter's Mark, and then if they're killed, if they drop to 0 before the spell ends, you can bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to mark a new creature with that, so it can bounce as long as we down them within an hour.
Okay.
And after that, we come to Torg.
Yeah, I would like to rage,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna fucking run right up to the ogre,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna hit him with my great axe.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll the hit. You guys can see this figure just towers over Torg,
And I
a good
miss.
like
Doesn't
3
matter.
feet over. What'd you roll?
Fucking game sucks. 10.
10 just misses. You run up with your axe, go to swing at him. He takes this huge, I say a stick. It is a very fucking large stick. And he kind of hits it off to the side. Do anything else?
Nope.
All right. After that, we come to Tyrion.
Have I seen? I forget. Did Tor get hit by any of those javelins?
He
Yeah.
did.
Okay. I would like to. I'm gonna cast Wither and Bloom. It's kind of centered on the ogre.
All right, what does that do?
So a 20-foot sphere. So how I'm thinking about that is, I'd like to God, how far away are the two bugbears? The top and the one right below the ogre. 5, 10, 15. Would you say 20 or
25.
Okay, it's a 20-foot sphere, so you let me know if it hits both or not. But what happens is, DC 14 con save, where everything in that... No, a 10-foot radius, I apologize, so not that big.
All right, that'd be this.
Fuck. I'm not going to do that quite yet. I thought it was 20. I thought it was 20. It's not 20. I am going to...
Remy, you were on deck.
Fuck. I can't attack and then use a bonus action as a spell, correct? Or can I?
Unless
if
that
it's another
spell says
spell.
bonus action.
Well, like Flaming Renewal is a bonus action.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so I'm going to attack once at that bugbear, just because I just want to start picking something off, so I'll attack that.
What range is your sling?
Magic Stone is 60 feet.
Yeah, you can easily get a shot off.
Natural 20.
Woo!
So 2d6 plus 4, because it's typically 1d6.
Or you can double what you rolled.
What the fuck? I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Hell yeah.
7 points of damage.
That's good though.
And then I'm going to cast Flaming Renewal on Torg.
All right, explain what that looks like.
Typically, I kind of reach my hand out towards Torg, and it's like, it's a fire that goes, it's not fire like raging, it's like flowing fire that goes over to him. You think it's burning his body, but it's a gentle flame that has healing properties around him. And he's going to take 6 points
Of damage. No.
That's 6 points of healing.
All right, if that's gonna be it, Remy, you're up.
All right, I am going to, watching all this unfold, sprint in and help assist Torg in attacking the ogre with my glaive.
Yeah, go ahead and run up. Roll to hit. You sprint up next to Torg. Again,
natural
you're-
20.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Don't roll
yeah.
a 1 and 2.
So what I'm gonna do here as well, is I'm going to roll a superiority dice.
Ooh, okay.
And I am going to attempt a disarming attack to knock these big stick/club out of this ogre's hand.
Okay.
Which requires the target. It disarms the target if it fails a strength saving throw of 14.
All right. Let's see. Strength modifier is a +4. So it's a 14.
Yep.
I have to roll a 9 or lower. 15.
Okay, so he's not disarmed. Do I get the bonus damage from the superiority dice though, as well?
I believe disarming
Or
attack
is that-
doesn't add additional damage.
It says, hold on. It says, when you hit with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die to add it to the damage and to disarm the target if it fails a strength saving throw.
So since you rolled a crit,
If it
your
fails,
superiority
yeah.
die is doubled, as well as everything else you roll.
As well as my everything else?
But not the
Okay, so
modifiers.
Yep. So this is going to be 2d10 plus 4 for just the glaive attack.
Well,
And then
2d10.
I'll add the, yep,
plus-
so it's 2d10 and then plus 2d8s.
Yep,
and
and
then
then
just
double
add
that,
4.
and then add 4.
Okay, so
Holy shit,
so
probably
do-
my
do-
one tab.
2d10s. I'm just going to do this as a custom roll. 2d10s, 2d8s. 23.
And then +4.
And then plus 4, so 27.
27.
Fuck, dude.
That's some damage.
Yeah.
God damn.
You guys see Remy sprint in right next to Torg as he takes this glaive, and this ogre that seems to be towering over you guys. You kind of do a slide almost underneath, and you get just a great angle right underneath his rib cage as his huge burbly belly is just sticking out, and you jam this glaive right up into his rib cage as it just digs in like a good foot into this ogre, and then you bring it out. You try and go do almost a 180 or 360 to hit his almost mace out of his hand, but he kind of flings it around. Is that gonna be it? As you pull your glaive out, you can see the almost black
trying to
crimson
think.
blood fall onto the ground. So
I
that's
guess
it.
it depends. When I was in the back, I don't think so. I never got a short rest on the way over here, right? From when we left the town.
Yeah, you did. You should have.
Oh, I did? Okay. Can I action surge then?
Do you get action surge on a short rest or only a long?
I do on short rest.
Yeah, you get it then.
Okay, then after I miss the disarm attack, I'm gonna wombo combo him with the glaive again.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the hit.
20. Not natural.
Oh. So can you use another ability on the same turn?
That's what I don't know. It's actions in combat. So action surge is separate from my.
Yeah, so
Oh,
action surge gives
yeah.
you another attacking action. Or actually,
Yeah,
no, it
just
just
says
gives you another
you
action.
can take one additional action on your turn.
Correct, but in the Battle Master abilities, for when it has
Yep.
your abilities, does it say something about only once per turn in there, or?
No, it just lists them. It doesn't say anything about only once.
Yeah, so you could if you want, as long as you have like a superiority die to do it. You could do another Battle Master ability if you want.
He can do all this, but I can't rage and frenzy attack on the same turn.
What? Do in all of this, can I tell if this ogre is hurting pretty bad, or do I not know yet? Because it's technically all within seconds.
You did a good amount of damage to him, but he's still up. Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm reading. Well, I already does 20 hit?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to use anything else. I'm just going to roll the damage.
Sounds good.
9.
9. Yeah, you spin your glaive around again, and in this disarming attack that you tried, it misses, but you just swipe across his chest. A deep gash goes across. You still have a little bit of movement.
I'll stay put for now.
All right. The other 4 bugbear, the one that you guys injured, kind of leaps over this boulder here and is going to immediately just swing at Torg with a natural 1. He swings, he almost misses and continues. The momentum takes him. He bumps into the wall before falling on his back right there at the cave, the mouth of the cave. It comes to the rest. The other one runs up towards Remy. He's gonna swing and hit to try and hit at you as well. With his Morning Star here, that is an 18.
My AC is 18.
Yeah, so that's a hit. You take 10 points of piercing damage as he brings it almost like an uppercut. Kind of catches the bottom of your armor. The other 2 are going to run up, get an angle. Where was he? Right here. And they're going to throw javelins at what they can see, which is Remy. 18 to hit.
Bro, what?
The second one, 16 to hit. Yeah. So that is going to be 12 points of piercing damage as you guys see 2 javelins. One of them seems to catch Remy right on his armor on the chest area as it slices past you. And that's going to be it for the bugbears as we come to the ogre. As you jam your again, you jam your glaive up in him before doing a spinning move and slicing him across the chest. He's spitting in your face. He looks like he could probably fit your whole orcish half-orc head in his mouth before brings down his morning star like stick with nails in it. I don't even know what you call it.
A club?
At Torg. That is going to be a natural 2. Brings it down as you take your axe and you reach up to almost grab it in both of your hands and deflect the hit. Bounces off. The orc right behind him. 5. Is going to run around right next to you as well. This orc sprinting around, you can see he has this war paint almost red across his eyes as he sprints up towards you. You can hear him yell, "Brug, I'll break you!" He runs up with his great axe, does almost a jumping attack at you. A natural 8.
There you go.
That is a miss.
Yes. That's very surprising.
Aki,
I really
you're
thought
up.
My rage was gonna end after 1 turn, bro. What?
Aki, you're
So
up
this-
as they both
so this
miss.
Yeah, so this whole time watching the fight from afar, I'll be aiming in on the ogre the entire time, readying a shot with my heavy crossbow again.
All right, so you want to shoot or you want to hold ready to
Just
action?
I'm gonna attempt to shoot the ogre.
All right, go ahead and roll the hit.
26.
That is a miss. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage. A bolt flies in between Remy and Torg.
And then what? I can't remember what the mark does. Does everybody get damage or just me? Oh, it's just I deal.
It's just an
extra
additional 1d6.
It rolled it for you.
Torg, you're
Oh
on
no,
deck.
that was different. That was different.
7, man.
7 points of damage. The ogre is bloodied. Meaning he's below half. Yeah, a bolt sticks right into his chest. Doing anything else?
I'm gonna get a little closer by Tyrion.
All right. Torg, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to hit the ogre.
With your axe?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the hit. Your rage
15.
is still up.
Mm-hmm.
A 15 does hit. Go ahead and do damage.
11. Oh, actually 11. 13.
13. Yeah, you take your axe, slicing it up right across his chest. He now has many, many gashes and a bolt sticking out and just blood pouring out the front of him. He starts coughing up a little bit of blood. He looks on his last legs. Do anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna frenzy attack and hit him again.
Okay.
13.
A 13 does hit. He's not hard to hit.
10.
And a 10's gonna do it.
Thank
After
God,
taking
dude.
your battle axe up his chest, you just kind of grab it in your hand, do a little spin around, and both hands come down right on his head as you all hear the of his axe just going into his skull before just silent drops down to the ground, drool pouring, blood pouring out of his mouth. His eyes like seem to roll in the back of his head. You take your axe out of his skull.
I have a question too on Frenzy. It says while in Frenzy, you can make a single melee attack as a bonus attack or action on each of your turns.
Mhm.
Is that another, like, each time I make an attack, it's another level, or every time I Frenzy, like I start a Frenzy attack, that's the level of exhaustion?
I
Because, like, I Frenzied this one, and it, like, says now I can do that each turn after as long
read
as
it
I'm
again.
raging.
Read it again.
Like, while in Frenzy, you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of your turns after this one.
Does it say any conditions about how long frenzy lasts?
No, that's all it shows here, at least.
Does it say like frenzied rage?
Well, I have to be raging in order to use a Frenzy.
So I believe that frenzy lasts as long as this rage lasts.
The question is, like, each extra attack I take, is at another level of exhaustion, or is it every time I want to start the Frenzy?
No, I believe that's
That's
just when each time you start a frenzy.
Okay. Just wanted to know.
Do you take a point of exhaustion, or is it each time
Yeah,
after?
because I started the Frenzy, so I now have disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah. Tyrion, you're up.
When your rage ends, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion. You don't have it yet.
Oh, no, yeah.
As you
Right.
see your two half-orc friends just decimate this ogre as he falls to the ground in front of them.
So, would you say that I can sneak into this tier to be within 5 feet of Rummy, but not 5 feet of something else, or not?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Remy, which is
It's hard to
1d8
get out.
plus 4. He's gonna get 10 hit
Woo!
points. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Spirit. So what
Goddamn.
Healing Spirit does is, there's kind of a fey-looking spiritual deer that is spawned right above me in that 5-foot square, and anything within how far?
You guys see a spiritual deer.
I know it doesn't have a form. It's a
Hell
spirit
yeah.
that looks like a transparent beast or fey. Anything that's in a 5-foot cube around it, when they start their turn or move into that cube, it automatically heals 1d6 hit points to a maximum times 1 plus my spellcasting ability modifier. So it's 5 times. So like on Remy's turn, he gets 1d6 if he's within 5 feet of that.
Damn.
He
So it's
starts
like a
his
beacon
turn.
that
Yeah,
stays
it's
up?
pretty much a beacon, but I can move the beacon with you on my turn.
Oh.
So it's
Jeez,
no
what the
healing right
fuck?
now, but at the start of people's turns, if they start their turn into it or move into it, it's 1d6 hit points to that creature, no action required.
Okay.
And that's 5 times.
I'm just gonna run laps around it.
And
On full health.
I'm gonna run in
Use-
and then run back, run in, run back.
So
I'm
like
gonna
there.
use the rest. Yeah, I'm right there, and I'm gonna use the rest of some of my movement just to come back here again.
All right. Yeah, explain what this deer looks like.
Have you guys seen Harry Potter?
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
You know the deer down by the
Patronus?
lake? The Patronus.
Yep.
That's exactly what this sucker looks like. Just kind of got a blue spiritual hue, transparent and such, but you can tell it's there.
All right. After Tyrion, we come to Remy.
So he can get 1d6.
Right now?
So I just
Yep, he started his turn in it.
It triggers
I roll
every
or you
turn a
roll?
maximum
I
of
roll.
5 times, right?
You get 4 hit points. and now it can only heal 4 more times.
Yep.
Nice.
Jesus. Bro,
So
what?
I am going to run to the orc. Kind of run it because the ogre's dead. So I'm gonna kind of like jump or like run over its legs or whatever, and I'll be here, I suppose. And I'm going to attack with my glaive.
Yeah. Leaping over almost its whole chest and
16.
torso. 16 does hit.
And that also is a concentration spell, Shade.
Okay.
You said this thing had a great axe.
Yes.
I'm going to use a superiority die and attempt to disarm again.
Okay.
So I will roll this, or I guess you can roll. So 14 is the, and that's 1d10 plus a d8 plus 4.
That is going to be a 7 on the save.
So he's disarmed.
Yeah. What'd you roll for the damage?
Damage is 15 plus 4, so 19.
Yeah. So you run up with your glaive as this orc is almost facing Torg, trying to get a couple hits in. Right as he takes almost to go to hit Torg, it jams into the ground. And right when he does that, you jump over this ogre with your glaive, and you bring it down on his axe as you just break it in half. Before you take the butt of your axe, or your glaive, and with your left hand, bring it up right into his jaw. And as you do that, you can see many teeth out of his mouth fly against the cave wall, and a smatter of blood as he dies on the spot.
Oh, I'm glad he's disarmed.
He just slumps against the wall, as in one swift movement. If that's it, we come to the bugbears.
Yep.
The one on the ground to the north, after he rolled a natural one, he uses half of his movement to get up. Looking at you guys decimating this ogre and this orc. He's gonna try and run. So anybody within
Wait,
5 feet. So
isn't he-
Torg and a key, you
Yeah.
can get attack of opportunities on him.
Yeah. And that's what, an advantage or something?
No, you just rolled a hit.
Wait, where was he at?
Right here.
Do I not?
Oh yeah,
then?
you would too. Yeah.
Okay. How does that work? Does it
Just roll to hit.
to attack?
Well,
Okay.
it's fucking nat 1, so fuck that guy.
No, he gets out before you can get your axe over.
10.
12.
A 10 and a 12. All of you miss. As he just narrowly escapes out of the
Bro.
way and through this cave mouth as he starts running up the ravine. This guy over here, gonna jump, almost standing on this ogre's body. Takes his Morning Star out and brings it down over top Remy. That is going to be not natural, but a 20.
Misses.
Remy, you take 8 points of piercing damage as you feel the spikes dig into your back through the armor. You're gonna hear it. The other 2 still standing back here. He's gonna take a little step sideways here as they both throw javelins. One at Torg, one at Remy. Torg, that is going to be a 10. Remy,
Nope.
that is going to be a 19.
Oh, thank God.
As you see a javelin get flung his way. You take 5 points of piercing damage. As you feel many, many piercing attacks coming from the back. Straight after that, the ogre's dead. The orc's dead. Aki, you're up.
So since I can technically move my mark from the ogre to a bugbear, but it's a bonus action, can I use it before my action? Or what?
Yeah.
A bonus. Okay, so I'm gonna transfer the mark to the nearest bugbear that's sitting right there, and then I'm gonna fire a shot
Not the
at
guy
that.
fleeing.
You already leave?
Well,
Or
he's
you
like,
left?
he said he was through the mouth and left, so I
No,
assume
he's right.
Like,
He's right there. He's right there.
Oh.
Is this the damaged one?
well, so technically
Yeah.
this thing is a 90-foot range, so I
He's-
could just
he's, like,
I could
still
just
weak.
bounce. Could I?
It's up to you. Which one do you want to do?
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually mark this bugbear that's closest to me,
All right.
and I'm gonna try to shoot him right in the back.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the hit. As you, the ogre dies, you transfer your hunter's mark. You focus in on this bugbear
Holy shit.
as he's running
23.
away. Go ahead and roll your damage. And a 12 is gonna do it.
Oh shit!
Right in his
5.
back. Falls to the ground, dead. Is that gonna be it?
Yeah, I think so. And then I'll move back down towards. Well, actually, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
All right. Torg, you're up. Tyrion, you're on deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Or
hit
it'll
the
take
bugbear.
1d6 quick of
Oh
healing.
yeah.
4 points.
Oh, I thought I rolled it. But yeah. That works too. I'm full. Oh yeah. I'm gonna hit this bugbear next to us.
With your axe.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll the hit.
14.
14. No, that just misses.
Frenzying, so I am hitting again.
All right. Another attack. You swing it around. Woof.
18.
18 does hit. On your second one, you find Purchase carving straight across his chest.
9.
9 points of damage. Is that it?
Yeah.
Tyrion, you're up. Remy, you're on deck.
Well,
Fuck. I should've moved.
I'm gonna move my 30 feet up to here. I'm assuming I'm noticing, Remy, that you're pretty bloodied, right? I don't know what you're at, but I know you've been hit a lot. Are you bloodied, you'd say?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast another Cure Wounds on him.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 7 points of healing, and as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Flaming Renewal, which is another 6 points of healing.
Yeah, you guys see an amber glow coming from Tyrion as he goes to remedy Remy.
Oh, I see what you did there. And I
Remy,
can't
you're up.
use my deer because it's not a bonus.
I'm gonna use my movement like this to come over here and hit the deer as well as attack this bugbear.
If you do run into it, that counts. So that's D6.
Making laps, baby.
Yeah.
So, 1 sec. Oh, only one.
Nice. That was worth it. And then I'm just gonna glaive again as it's been going well. 16.
16 just hits.
Nice. 10 damage.
10. This bugbear is bloodied as you do a little stab attack at it.
And that will be so what does foregoing one of my attacks mean? Does that mean not use it, or just like after one of my attacks?
Just not use it. I'd have to know the context.
Commander Strike to allow Torg to reaction attack this bugbear with a superiority die to damage as well.
Yeah, so that would... You already attacked,
So yeah,
but,
okay.
like, yeah, you wouldn't attack, and then Torg would attack as his
So
reaction.
I'm basically like allowing somebody else to attack for my attack is what that is.
Yeah, and then they get an additional
And then they get the
1d6.
superiority die for
Yep.
the damage. Okay,
It's a pretty
Alright.
sick move.
Jesus.
Yep, I'm good then.
Yeah. This bugbear, right after you stab him, grabs his morning star. You can hear it scrape along the ground as he brings it up to hit you. Remy. That is going to be a 19.
Bro, I don't believe these, by the way. I don't believe it. Puts on
As
an
you
eight-
take-
like an 18 armor class. He goes,
All
"No,
I
can only
know
roll
is Remy's
18 to
got to
20."
suck my
You take
dick after
8
this
points.
combat.
You take 8 points of piercing. The other two with their javelins. This one actually seeing Tyrion there. Is going to pull out his morning star.
I do
Run
not have
straight
my
towards you.
shield equipped.
This one is going to take a sidestep here and throw a javelin at Remy. With a natural 5, this is going to be a 9, so no. The other bugbear brings his morning star over Tyrion. That is going to be a 14.
Does not hit.
No, they all miss. Yeah. Back to a key.
So I will look back through the cave. Can I see the one that's all the way back here? Or is
Yeah.
he? And all right. So I'll like focus in on him. Transfer, because so can I just keep transferring this as long as they're killed? Within
I
the
believe
threshold
so.
And I don't break the concentration of the spell itself.
I believe so, yeah.
So yeah, this one in the back, you kind of have to fly up a little bit, but you can see over your companions and get a good shot.
Okay, well I'm gonna. Do we know if this one's bloodied or not by Remy?
It is.
So I'm gonna transfer the mark to the bugbear in the back, and then I'll aim in and shoot at the closest by Remy.
All right, roll to hit.
How many beers have you had, Sam?
21.
Plenty.
Jesus, that's a lot of beers.
Like,
Yeah, that's it. Go ahead and roll damage.
21. Eight.
8 is just what you needed. A bolt snakes in between Torg and Remy as you see it right through the neck of this bugbear as he slumps down to the ground. And you sense your sniper friend from behind is putting his work in. Torg, you're up.
yeah, I will move to this one here. and
I'm not
going
gonna put it
attack with the
across
great axe.
because I don't see Torg being hurt, so I'm not gonna use an action of the deer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm full, so I'm good. I'm no longer bloody. That is a 16.
16 it just hits.
12.
12. Yeah, you bring your axe across, right across his chest. You can see him spit as he kind of turns.
And I hit him again.
Yeah.
Fuck. 14.
No. You bring it back around, but this time he learns and brings his morning star up. You can see a spark as he hits your axe up. Tyrion, you're up.
So tell me what I have to do this. I want to pull out my scimitar and shield and attack. Is that a bonus action and action or just action?
I'd say that's just an action.
Okay, so I put my shield on and I'm going to attack with my scimitar.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be a 24.
Jesus.
And that's gonna be 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Yeah, this one is definitely bloodied.
After that, I think
You think?
I'm gonna use a bonus action to move my deer here, so all 3 of us will get hit if we need it.
All
And that's
right.
gonna be the end of my turn.
Remy, you're up.
I know I like that.
Like, holy shit.
I
bro,
can
what?
roll a 1 and it sucks, but it's kind of a cool spell.
It's sick.
Yeah, that's sick that you can move it.
I am
It's like a
going
spiritual
to...
weapon.
Yeah.
Let me check here. Yeah, so I'm gonna run to here. I heal, correct?
Yep.
And then attack this bugbear with my glaive.
Does he heal as he
You get-
moves past it, Tyrion?
If
So
you
does that- don't you
enter
have
it,
to move into
the
it?
moment you enter or start your turn in it is when it goes off. If I
Okay.
choose. So he gets 4 points of healing.
So it's
Yeah.
a triggered effect that you can control whether you're going to heal. Off
Yeah,
of
it's a
that or not?
triggered effect that starts when they enter or move into it. I get to do it for no action.
Oh.
I missed.
Yeah, your glaive, you almost do like a jumping stab down, but he ducks, almost going in between his arm. You guys are now in an open area. You almost get a little bit of a smirk, Remy, as you're just in like a straight up 1v1 in the middle of an open space with your foe. Doing anything else?
No, that'll be it. That, actually, yes. As a bonus action, I'm going to use Second Wind. To give myself back. Wow. 4 HP.
Okay. Is it just what, like 1d6 plus your level?
1d10 plus 3.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. You can feel a little bit of your wounds kind of close themselves up as we come to this bugbear. After you jab in between his arm, he is going to go ahead and bring his Morningstar around towards your ankles, and he's going to try to do like a little trip attack. So go ahead and give me a strength check.
Wow, nat 1.
Oh, I got a nat 2, bro! I got a nat 2! I was like, the only way is if he gets a nat 1. What is your strength add to that, though?
Plus 4.
Oh, so you
5.
win! You beat him!
Okay.
He only gets
Even
plus
with
2,
a
so he
nat
got a
1?
4.
My God.
Yeah.
Even with a
What the
natural
fuck?
1?
Yeah.
I thought natural
Yeah,
ones
so
were
he
weak.
brings his
Yeah, I
Morningstar
thought-
around,
Yeah.
going to try and trip you. You can see almost sparks as it like drags across the ground, and it does hit your leg, but you almost kind of spin around and barely catch yourself. And that's gonna be his turn. The other
Isn't
bug.
a nat 1 just a guaranteed? I mean, I could be wrong here, but I
Hey,
thought
Eric,
nat
it's
1 was
the
just a.
DM's discretion, and he said
Yeah,
you didn't get fucked. I
I
don't think I'd
I
ask.
know. I'm just saying, like, it's. I always thought that nat 1 was you're just fucked.
So in like in most cases that is the case. A lot of times, I will do that, but in to make this make sense, like this roll doesn't really matter that much, and plus it's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm making the audible. The other bugbear in between Tyrion, Torg, and this random blue spectral deer, feels a little bit cornered. He's just gonna lash out and try and hit. I'll roll. He's gonna hit Torg. Oof, brings his Morningstar down. That is gonna be a 23.
Just
Mhm,
misses.
Just barely. Gets by.
Torg, you take 9 points of piercing damage as he brings it down right into your clavicle.
What does it mean when I'm raging and it says I have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing?
Oh,
take
so you
half
take half of that. What did I say?
Yeah.
9.
9.
9?
So he
Yeah.
takes-
So it rounds
Does it round
down.
up or round down?
So you take 4.
Okay.
Yeah, you're raging as he brings it down into his clavicle. Torg has a little bit of a smirk as the blood starts pouring down your chest. Aki, you're up.
I am just going to shoot this bugbear by Remy with my crossbow.
Another bolt. Your hunter's mark is on this one.
Yeah. 16.
16 just hits. From downtown.
13.
13. This bugbear is bloodied. Did you also add in your hunter's mark damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled the weapon damage and that, and then just added that.
Do anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna move in a little bit.
Okay.
Now entering the cave is a key. Torg, you're up. Tyrion, you're on deck.
Yeah, I'll just hit this bugbear in front of me.
Do you want to use an expenditure on your deer?
No, I'm good. And it's a nat 20. So
Well, it's not up to you, but sure.
10.
Nat 20.
Yeah, and 10 damage. That's kind of a shitty fucking nat, but
That was the one that was already hurt. So yeah, you bring your axe down in just as he has his morning star in your clavicle, you bring your axe down into his clavicle. Digs down almost all the way through his chest down to his nipple, and he's dead.
solid.
Do anything else?
Yeah, I'll move.
Yeah, running across.
Actually, wait, hold on.
Fighting fire with fire, dude.
I'd like to make sure he can't run this way. I'll go there.
All right. Do you get another attack, or did you use both of them?
No, because I'm out of rage.
No,
so I got hit.
you're still in.
I got hit.
That
I took.
I don't
I
think
took
that
damage.
takes you out.
Yeah, that doesn't take
Yeah,
you out
that
of
doesn't
rage.
break
That
it.
that keeps you in rage.
No, it says it right here. It says your rage ends early if you're knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends, and if you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn, or taken damage since your last.
So what part
So
of that
it
makes
it
you think
it,
it's
it
over?
ends
Or
if you
taking
don't
damage?
take damage.
Yeah.
Or don't attack. So
Or-
you have to either attack or take damage for it to keep going.
Like if
And you've
you're in a
done both.
frenzy, if you
Oh.
don't act like if you don't do shit, you're just gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm not rage, but yeah, you just keep hitting and
Dude, like
You're in it.
I think like the last 2 engagements, I've ended my rage on 1 hit. What?
No. So basically, if you don't attack or you are not hit, like if you rage the other way, that's when it ends.
Oh, well, should have worded that better.
So
Go
you
ahead,
can
Nick.
you can get another hit in, yeah, because you're still frenzied.
I miss.
Yeah, running over with your axe on the ground. What you see as soon as you turn, you run over to help Remy. You see both of them are almost like Spider-Man, like on the ground, like catching themselves. But you run up as he kind of darts out of the way. Now both ogres flanking this bugbear. Tyrion, you're up.
Ogres. What did I
I'm
choose?
gonna
Orcs.
I'm gonna walk on over there and try to hit it with my what's it called? My scimitar.
Yeah.
Scimitar.
A 17 apparently.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, I was so confused for a second because on my screen it went to the corner and all I could see made it look like a 4. So I thought I got a 10. Then I look over and it says 17. It was 11. I was like, oh, okay, fine with me. It's gonna be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Yeah, you run up with your scimitar, slicing him all the way along the back. He almost doesn't really know who to look at as he's in between all of you. Do anything else?
Is he still up?
He is.
I would like to, even though I attacked, I can. Wait, let me see this. Nope, that's an action. Bonus action. Fuck. What can I do? What can I do? I'm just gonna laugh at him.
Okay. Remy, you're up.
Oh, he had to go do something really quick. He is going to attack. He has a +6 for his glaive to hit. He just messaged me a couple seconds ago.
All right, go ahead and roll the hit for him.
So that's going to be a 22.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be 1d10 +4.
All right, so it doesn't matter what you roll.
got it,
Remy,
Captain.
through Ben. How do you want to do this?
I want to just
Yes.
take my glaive and go back, forth, back in one fluid motion and dice this guy up.
Yeah. Remy taking his glaive, almost in like quick attacks. You cut him up in
his like vital areas, his bottom left, his like almost clavicle top right, and then kind of a stab at his face, and just these quick dicing little attacks. You guys actually don't hear much or see much blood, but you just see him fall to the ground. Now with all of these bodies in the cave, you are alone.
I'm gonna look at Torg like, Torg, you mind taking a check down south? You looking a little better than some of us. Can you just make sure see if there's anything down there if we have to keep pushing?
Yep.
As where
I
he's
run
doing
back.
that, I'm gonna call my
Nothing.
deer over to go next to Remy and just get its last heal off on Remy. But I'm gonna
Alright.
wait to roll that till Eric's back.
Actually, I guess can I guess investigate down here if there's anything.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
This is rough.
What? Why'd you
14.
close the map?
14. Looking around, you kind of go towards this fork, looking down the left. You find nothing over towards that fork, but you look kind of towards where that orc was sitting, this Brugor, and you see a couple of sacks next to where he was, his little rock near the fire that he was sitting at. Looking through those, you find 180 silver, 15. Actually, we don't want to use electrum, so that'd be 100. So in total, 185 silver, and then 10 gold pieces. You also find 3 vials of perfume, worth 5 gold each. This seems to be just stuff that they've raided on a couple of homesteads nearby.
I would like to start looting the bodies too.
Yeah, going around on the bodies themselves, they don't seem to be wearing much armor.
Can I?
Although you see the weapons that they had are not very well-made weapons, but they get the job done.
So nothing of importance.
What you do see on the cave walls themselves, and this cave isn't like other caves that you may have been in, as far as like more towards the mount, towards the coast a little bit more. This rock all seems to be not sandstone, but almost shale-y, if you get what I mean. A little bit sandy, like if you rubbed your finger over it, some crumbs would fall off. But kind of across from the fire along this cave wall, and you can see with the fire lighting it as it just glows, you can see a depiction, almost a scrawled drawing. You can see it crudely depicts a lanky goblin with a crystal jutting from its skull. Go ahead and give me a history check.
$15.
15. From like the depiction of it, it looks very crudely drawn, but you can tell this resembles a Cragmaw goblin. But you look at its skull and you can see this just like crystal jutting from its head.
That's all I notice.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah, and I will say after you guys decimating these corpses as they lay in this cave, you can see all these bodies, like this ogre who's just a pool of blood, this orc, and multiple bugbears, as a couple of you guys are hurt as well in this glowing just firelight inside this cave of Wyvern Tor. And after winning this battle, that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Son of a bitch.
Well,
Good job,
boys.
Ben. You rolled good.
Eric, you diced that last fucker up. You did good.
Yeah, what'd you hit him for, like 2?
Didn't matter. I have one of those.
No, he got a how do you want to do this through your character.
Yeah.
Nice. Rips his taint out and fucking hits him right.
A key enters the fucking cave after he's dead. Oh shit! I
Oh,
forgot
shit.
he was alive.
I mean, I could see in a
That shit
majority of what was
hilarious.
going on.
Dude, he's hitting every single bolt. Just occasionally, you just see a bolt come through the caves.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what the fuck. It sounded like somebody was like outside of the house, like fucking like scratching or like loud, like banging or scratching or something on the outside of the house. Fucking go outside. It like stopped, so I go outside. There's nothing fucking there. I'm shit myself. I brought my fucking 12 gauge. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Come back inside after walking around the house a couple times. Fucking the Roomba is stuck on the carpet. It would just like auto turn on every like 3 minutes, and it wouldn't move. So then it would shut off, and then it would try to turn back on. And it was like shaking the whole fucking. I'm in the basement. It was like shaking the whole side of the house.
Jesus.
Dude, talk about fucking
Acorn hits the
healing.
top of his fucking. Yeah, the healing was crazy.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Shade. I
Dude.
wanted to watch this one back
Ben,
and know how
Ben,
much
you
this
were-
fucker got healed.
You were plenty fine. The lowest I was ever at was 6, and I still had. Well, I ended up using my second wind, even though I probably didn't have to. But I still had second wind, and I still had relentless endurance.
I also
Yeah, but
Not
I still had
to
3
metagame,
potions of
but
healing on me too.
yeah, to metagame, what if something comes back? Like, you never know.
No,
Relentless endurance is nice to save. if you
Sam
can.
shot that fucker. The only one coming back, Sam shot.
Yeah, and I am sitting at pretty much the entrance of the cave, so I mean, I was waiting for like when the music came back on. I'm like, what happens if this guy who was at the tower like followed us? We just killed all these people. He's like, oh yes, more dead, and then he fights us or some shit.
You know what's fucking cracked? Fucking
That first hit you did?
36 damage in one turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, it was huge.
I didn't
Yeah,
know my security die doubled as well with.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, yeah, I would like to rage, but I can't frenzy on the same turn. This motherfucker, yeah, I would like to do this, use a superior die. Another action over here, I would like to pull this out of my ass. do
Yeah, dude,
another
it's
thing. I'm
Battle
like,
Masters, bro. They can
the
do so
fuck?
much
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, I do not have many spells left. We'll put it that way.
Don't worry, we can take a nap with these corpses if you would like.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm not, the only thing
How many
I'm not
spell
sure
slots
of,
do you have,
but
Ben?
What?
How many spell slots do you have?
2 second level, 4 first level, and then cantrips or cantrips. I can do Flaming Renewal 4 times. I've used it twice, so I still do have 2 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
The,
down to 28 on that first hit, and then never went below 30.
Yeah,
well, fuck, they
if
couldn't
you
hit you, but Remy
Yeah, I
with the
know.
plate mail is like, tasty.
I wanted to make a joke once we ended the combat, like, damn, fancy armor didn't do shit.
This guy's getting healed, taking the equivalent damage, like, oh, that felt good, and then just gets ripped in the armor. So I'm like, oh, fuck.
So I don't believe it. He put on this nasty armor, and Shade's like, I don't know, I'm just only rolling 18s to 20s at this point now.
yeah, the first one he
Oh,
rolls
yeah.
18. I'm like, that's my AC. He's
well,
like, okay, that's a hit.
a couple of
Every
them, like
roll
the
after that,
ogre,
19.
had like
19.
plus
I was
5.
kind of
19.
hoping somebody's ass was gonna get fucking beat by that thing when it ran up. Like, I was just kind of hoping to be like, oh shit, here we go.
I wonder how much XP an ogre.
You guys got to
So we're
know
level
too.
40,
A
right?
lot of these things that they have a lot of plus to hit. So really, all I have to do is roll like a fucking 11 to hit you.
Dude, I have
Yeah.
a plus 6 to hit, and I miss constantly. Like,
Roll better. I don't. These I've had these
Do
dice
better,
for a
dude.
long time. These golden ones, and
Yeah, you got a weighted
they're
die, bro.
very good.
Wait.
I'm gonna start rolling
picked him
on
up
my
before.
IRL die with no
Dude.
fucking hand cam.
Dude, the
Oh,
fucking
nat 20.
the contested strength check where he tried to trip Remy. I rolled a natural 2. I was like, oh, the only way like he'll wait, what? I rolled a natural 2,
only
so
way
I was like,
yeah.
the only way that this will work is if he rolls a natural 1, and then Remy is like, well, nat 1, and I was like, yo. But he only had a +2 to his strength, so you beat him. But no, when you crit, it doubles all the dice you roll. That's why like
Yeah, that's
rogues
fucking
can go
crack.
fucking nuts because they can get like a sneak attack, so they roll like fucking 6d6.
Yeah.
So if
It's
you
never
crit
happened
that
for
shit,
me yet, but maybe.
I was gonna say when, how?
Yeah, it's never happened, Sam.
Also, Shade, since I have 1 level of exhaustion, I have disadvantage on ability checks. But while I'm raging, I gain advantage on like strength checks. Does it just equal
so
out?
strength checks it would equal out.
Okay.
No, it wouldn't because he doesn't get exhaustion till after
You
the
don't
rage
get
is done.
exhaustion
Yeah,
until your
okay.
rage ends.
So now the
Yeah.
rage is done,
Yeah.
so he has.
But let's say I'm
disadvantage.
raging.
If
while
you
I'm
would rage
exhausted.
again, then yes.
Mhm.
And I hate to be this guy, but I could have took a NyQuil at 8:45 because I feel like shit, and that shit's kicking in.
No, I gotta go shit my brains out. So that's where
Well,
we're gonna
thanks for
end
listening,
today's
boys.
episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you
hell
again.
yeah.
Have a good one, boys.
Peace.